First gotta make fun of my fucking driving. I'm awful. Oh my god. Thank you. I just wrote something.
Oh, the stupid MP3 player's screwing up again. Dang it. This thing sucks.
Oh. I feel bad.
Failed to connect.
Fibber McGee and Molly. The makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coats present Marion and Jim Jordan as Fibber McGee and Molly with Bill Thompson, the King's Men, and Billy Mills Orchestra. The show opens with Shine. 79 Wistful Vista and his lady are about to depart on a vacation trip tonight. But to be sure his successor for the summer will get off to a good start, our hero is composing a musical number while his wife attends to some minor details, such as carrying the trunks out to the car. And so, Fibber McGee and Molly.
Better hold up that last diminuendo. Much too fortissimo for the allegro. Hey, Molly.
Oh, dear. Oh.
For the love of Mike, Molly, can't you throw them trunks around a little quieter? Can't you see I'm working?
You're working.
You betcha.
Listen, my muscle-bound Mendelssohn. Suppose you leave that cantata flat on this arpeggio and give me a hand with this baggie. I can't do this all by myself. McGee, put that piano down and listen to me.
Okay, but this is pretty important stuff, Molly. I'm writing this to demonstrate to Meredith Wilson what can really be done on the summer show in the way of musical progress.
Well, your composition will get there all right.
Get where?
In the way of musical progress.
That's so.
Oh, there, Mrs. McGee.
Oh, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
McGee,
What?
I happened to be going past and saw this frail little woman of yours
God,
carrying some heavy bags out and loading them in your car.
You did? She fascinates me with that stuff, too, Gildersleeve. She's strong as a bull.
She is not.
I am, too.
You are?
Well, maybe not as strong as a bull, but I'm no frail little woman. Thank you just the same.
Now, so now that you've inserted your long, twitching proboscis into something that's none of your business, Gildersleeve.
You're a hard man, McGee. You may think it's all right to treat your wife like an Indian squaw, but by George, it makes my blood boil.
You hear that, Molly? His blood is boiling. Then why don't you turn off the gas, Gildersleeve?
Now, look, Mr. Gildersleeve. McGee is working on a very important musical arrangement for our summer show.
Oh, I see. Well, in that case, I'll carry those things out for you.
Oh, now, please, Mr.
Oh, go ahead and let him, Molly. The exercise will do him good. He's getting a bay wind on him that would keep 4 members of the Union League Club.
That's very good, McGee. Very good.
Huh? It is?
Certainly is. Very humorous. Now, let's see. I'll carry out this grass suitcase in the canary.
Well, what's come over old Gildersleeve anyway, Molly? A tin-horn sport with lead in his pants and a heart of gold.
Hardly worth the effort.
I'd like to have the mineral rights in that guy. Oh, well, let's see now. I wonder what the musical notation is when you want the trumpet player to put the derby on. Let's see.
Say, McGee, did you ask the phone company to shut off the telephone tomorrow?
Yep, but it wasn't necessary. They was going to shut it off anyway. Seems like I forgot to pay last month's bill.
Nice timing. Did you call the water company and the electric company?
Yep.
How about the milkman and the egg lady?
Yep. Oh, I forgot the egg lady.
Well, call her up. We don't want her laying eggs on our back porch all summer.
Oh, you do it, Molly. I've been interrupted too much already. Next time I try to write a symphony, I'll go hide in a cave somewhere.
What for? Bloodhounds will track you down sooner or later, dear.
Oh, so you don't think I'm much of a musician, eh?
Frankly,
Why, Molly, that cuts me to the quick. I've got a tender quick. I've always been interested in music. Why, even when I was a little kid, every time a band marched up the street, I'd tag along as fast as my little legs would carry me.
oh,
Bandy Legs McGee, I was known as.
nice.
Bandy Legs McGee, the brightest bambino that ever booped a bassoon, blasted a brave and bold blare on my brass-bound bugle, blown the bewitching ballad to Bobby Burns on the bonny bagpipe, bossing big bands with the brisk beat of my baton, ballyhooed as being the best bathtub baritone in the business because of my beautiful, brilliant, bell-like bellow, bombarded with breakfast and banquets galore, but play something, Billy, I'm becoming a bore.
on your front porch, and two of your friends draw up in their cars to pay you a little visit. The first car is dull, dingy, and weather-beaten. Hasn't been polished in months. The other one is no better as a car, but it's all shined up like a mirror. Which one makes a better impression? Which of your friends do you unconsciously have more respect for? Well, I'll admit that's an easy question to answer. And I can tell you, too, that it's easy to keep your car shining like a bright silver dollar. Why? Because of the sensational new labor-saving polish, Johnson's Car New. Why is Car New a sensation? Because it does two jobs in less time than it used to take to do one. Car New actually cleans and wax polishes your car in one easy operation, in an hour's time, or perhaps a little more if your car is very dirty. Yes, sir, cleans and wax polishes at once, leaving your car sparkling with a beautiful, lasting showroom shine that your family will be proud of. The cost of Johnson's Car New is very low, so what reason is left for not trying some on your car right away? Buy it from your regular wax dealer, auto supply store, or service station. You'll agree, your car looks like new when you use Car New.
Let's see now. I'll write a 4-bar tacit in here. I hope Meredith Wilson's got a good tacit player.
Did you ask them why you wanted to play bills?
McGee, look who's coming up the wall.
Who?
Mrs. Uppington.
Oh.
The Emily Post toastie of wistful business.
That woman gives me the chills and fever.
Why?
Because I'm always torn between wanting to give her the cold shoulder and the hot foot.
Come in, Mrs. Uppington.
Oh, my, how fortunate to have found you at home.
Yes, Uppy, a few hours later, and we'd have been gone, Uppy.
Oh, you fortunate people to get away from it all.
Yes.
Out on the open road,
Yes.
without a care in the world.
Yes, yes.
What a relief for everybody. I knew you were leaving, so I brought you a little going-away present.
Oh,
It's
no.
nothing much, really, but I do think they will come in handy.
Oh.
Here. Do you like them?
Why, Mrs. Uppington, they're wonderful. Aren't they, dear?
I'll say so. I've never seen anything like them. just what we needed, too. Probably. I mean, what are they?
Well, my dear, they're a little convenient for roughing it in the woods this summer.
Oh.
Yes, collapsible finger bowls.
Oh. My, there's nothing we needed more than collapsible finger bowls. Particularly with that collapsible finger McGee got playing baseball. Aren't they wonderful, McGee?
Yeah, just the thing. I always says that after a hearty meal in the woods, there's nothing like a good, fast game of finger bowling.
Oh, finger bowling. Oh, my, how dreadfully amusing. I do hope you have a nice vacation, both of you. Oh, I understand you'll be back with us in the autumn.
Oh, yes, Mrs. Uppington.
How marvelously appropriate.
What you mean appropriate, Uppy?
Well, when I was a little child, when I was quite a small child, Mr. McGee, the leaves turned brown in the autumn, you know, and I always wondered where the sap went after it left the trees, and now I know. You run back into the broadcasting business.
Good old Uppy. There's a woman after my own heart with a stiletto. Dad-ratted Gildersleeve, can't you be more quiet with them trunks? How can I concentrate on my music with you banging and grunting all over the house?
Well, I'm sorry, McGee. I'm sorry to disturb you. I'll be out of here in just a minute.
Yes, understand. What's this minute then? Let's see. I better make a notation here. If anything happens when the Tipperary quick. Let's see now. Yeah.
Oh, hello there, Mr. Oldtimer.
Hello, daughter. Hello, Johnny. Just wanted to stop by and say goodbye.
Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. And Johnny,
What?
I don't need to beg you to take me with you on your vacation now.
Oh, is that so? Well, why not?
I just remember what I did with my own car.
What'd you do? Park it in the wrong street last month?
Nope, hid from the finance company under a haystack.
That's pretty good, Johnny.
I fool every time, bud. I'll never forget the time in 26. One of them finance collectors hid in the rumble seat.
In the rumble seat.
But I seen him duck into it, and I locked him in.
Locked him in there.
Shucks, by the time he got out... Say, I don't think I ever did let him out. Go take a look.
You shouldn't worry about it. The car rides better with a little dead weight in the rear. Oh, well, I better get busy and finish this music. I got the glass crescendo up there, the diminuendo, and the swish over the top. Boom. There, it's done. Molly, I just finished the greatest piece of American music since Grandpa got the asthma after swallowing the harmonica. I'll give you a... Hello, Fibber. Hello, Molly.
Why, hello, Mr. Mills. Have a chair.
Yeah, Billy, I want you to listen to a composition I just finished. I based it on an old melody called Kiss Me Again, and I'm calling it Don't Give Me Any More of Your Lip, Baby. You want to hear it?
Well, I'd love to, Fibber. But first, let me introduce an old friend of mine, Meredith Wilson.
I'm glad to meet you, Bud. So you're the good news boy who's going to do the Johnson Wax show this summer.
Yes? So I asked Billy here to bring me over to wish you a very pleasant vacation.
Oh, thanks, Si.
And I might say I'm a trifle apprehensive about trying to follow a show like yours.
Oh, well, thank you, Mr. Wilson. I've been listening to your music for a long time, and, well, I think you're wonderful, I do.
You? Gee, this is interesting.
Does he really know his stuff, Billy?
He certainly does, Fibber. Why, Meredith is the guy who wrote that terrific swing number entitled Gravy.
Gravy. For your orchestra, Mr. Wilson?
No, I wrote that one for the sweet potato only. But let's hear your number, Fibber.
Oh, shucks, fellas. It was written for a big 32-piece orchestra. As long as I only got a piano in here.
Oh, now don't worry about that. I've got my boys right outside.
Huh?
They follow me everywhere.
Oh, my, they must worship you.
Not necessarily. This is payday. Come on in, boys.
Why,
Well, surprise, huh? And all this for a simple little composition. Well, if I'd known all you fellas were dropping in, I'd have baked the cakewalk. Well, here's the music. I'll lead the band myself, Meredith, if you don't mind.
Go right ahead, Fibber. But keep your eye on my bassoon player. He's always being penalized for low blows.
You ready, fellas? Okay. On the downbeat. What do you think, Meredith?
Well, you remember what I said about being a little worried about following your show this summer, Fibber?
Yeah?
Well, I'm not worried now. Come on, boys. Come on, Bill. Have fun, folks.
And good luck to you, son.
Oh, my. Isn't Mr. Wilson a nice-looking man, McGee?
Huh? Oh, yeah. Kind of a flashy kind of boy. Did you see that loud tie he was wearing?
Oh, that was a plain dark blue tie.
Yeah, but it was the loudest plain dark blue tie I ever had. Just like one. Hey, Fibber.
Molly, is Meredith Wilson here?
No, he isn't, Mr. Wilcox. He was here, but he left just a minute
up with him all over town. I'm going to work with him this summer on the Johnson show, you know, and
Folks, I got a feeling that our Mr. Wilcox is about to wax commercial. That's it, I had to do it. For 5 years now, people have been writing in and stopping me on the street and saying, why don't you say something about Harlow Wilcox waxing commercial? And I thought this was just as good a time as any to make everybody happy. I got all summer to live it down. So go ahead.
well, I was trying to find Meredith to tell him about tying in Johnson's car news with the new show. Oh, that told stories of U-boats and forth and to millions of motorists, too. How Carnew cleans and wax polishes cars in one simple, easy operation.
Oh, sure, we know all about that.
But Meredith may not realize just how really easy Johnson's Carnew is to use.
You mean about just spreading it on, letting it dry, and wiping it off, and there's your car looking like new when you use car new?
That's it? That's it? Don't you think I've got something there?
Yeah, I really do, Harlow. I think you've really got something. And whatever it is, you better get out of the house with it.
Oh, all right. But anybody who'd give out with that waxing commercial, well, you need a vacation. So long, folks. Have a good time. Waxing commercial.
Say, McGee, let's give Mr. Gildersleeve a hand loading the car so long as he's been so nice as to do all this.
Oh, hello there, little girl.
Hi, mister. Can I help you pack or put stuff in your car or anything to earn an honest nickel?
Well, no, I don't believe so, sis. Mrs. McGee and Mr. Gildersleeve have got the packing pretty well in hand.
Yeah, and gee, is your car loaded down?
Yeah.
I bet your gears are going to have their teeth filled before you get back, I bet you.
Well, I'll admit we're taking plenty of stuff, sis, but that car can take it.
Yeah, and it can dish it out, too. All over the road.
Okay, never mind the disparaging remarks about my car. It's in wonderful condition, except I got to get them brakes fixed.
Oh, no, you don't. They're all right.
Who says so?
My papa.
What does your papa know about my brakes?
He said you always had better brakes than you deserve.
Oh, so he said that, did he? Well, you wait till I meet that.
Hey, mister,
What do you want?
on kind of in honor of your going away on a vacation and stuff, I wrote a poem for you.
Huh? You did?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
deeply flattered, sis. Let's hear this little sawed-off, send-off sonnet of yours.
All righty. The title is...
Mm-hmm.
That was real, too. To Mr. McGee on the eve of his departure, or when the lowbrow hits the highway.
Well, that's a very cute title, sis. What's the poem?
Well, here it is, the poem.
Mm-hmm.
Though you'll be a rover till hot weather's over, don't fear that I will forget you. Meredith Wilson's ideal for summer, I feel, but you'll be the fall guy, I bet you. So long, mister.
Folks, we've asked the King's Men to give us again the number which has proven the most popular of all their songs since they've appeared with Fibber McGee and Molly. Here it is. Old MacDonald had a farm.
Oh, no, not this song
He
again.
played the bagpipes all day long. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on this farm he played some golf, E-I-E-I-O. A 4 here and a 4 there, here 4 there, 4 everywhere, what for? Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. He used a putter on the green, E-I-E-I-O. A putt here and a putt there, here putt there, where putt 4 here and 4 there, here 4 there, 4 everywhere, what for? Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And when he sliced them in the rough, E-I-E-I-O. Cut here and cut there, here cut there, where putt here and putt there, here putt there, where putt 4 here and 4 there, here 4 there, 4 everywhere, what for? Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. He drove the ball clear out of bounds, E-I-E-I-O. A love ball here, a love ball there, here ball there, where a high ball, cut here and cut there, here cut there, where putt here and putt there, here putt there, where putt 4 here and 4 there, here 4 there, 4 everywhere, what for? Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on his farm he had a daughter, E-I-E-I-O. Salesman here, salesman there, Harlow, Wilcox, everywhere. Lost ball here, lost ball there. Here ball there, for a high ball. Cuss here, and a cuss there. Here cuss there, where black things put there, and a putt there. Here putt there, for here ball there. Here for there, forever, what for Oh, MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And when he saw the salesman there, E-I-E-I-O. A boom, boom here, and a bang, bang there. Here, boom there, bang here. We're buckshot salesman here, salesman there. Harlow, Wilcox, everywhere. Lost ball here, lost ball there. Here, ball there, for a high ball. Just cuss here, and a cuss there. Here, cuss there, for black things put here, and a putt there. Here, putt there, for here ball there. Here for there, forever, what for
They really liked making this song with him sing.
Okay, I'll help him. Here, Gildersleeve, let me take one end of that box.
No, I'll handle it, McGee. I'm enjoying this very much. Gives me a real thrill to help you folks like this.
What?
Just leave me alone. I'll load everything in the car myself. Love thy neighbor.
Isn't he nice, McGee?
I can't figure out what's got into that guy.
Well, old home week. Or the old home soon will be weak if people don't stop hammering on the walls. Come in.
Ah, there, my dear, and good day to you, Tiddlywink.
Hi, Boomer. What you got up your sleeve aside from a couple of spare aces?
That's very good, Swivel-Tooth, very good. You're as full of cracks as a corn crib. Yes, and as full of corn. Just heard you were taking a trip this summer. Thought you might like a couple of tickets to the World's Fair.
Oh, isn't that wonderful? We'd love to have them. Thank you, Mr. Boomer.
Not at all, my dear, not at all. Won't need them myself. Have a special invitation from the governor. Expedition, I believe they call it.
At least in
The name for an
1895
invitation,
World's
isn't it?
Fair.
All right, how about these World's Fair tickets, Boomer, if any?
Certainly, stopgap, certainly. Have them right here somewhere. Now, where I put those World's Fair tickets? Here's a small whisk broom. I'm expecting a slight brush with the law. A half of a gold brick. Oh, yeah, have an appointment very shortly with a gullible midget. Large bunch of automobile keys. Going to give them an audition as soon as it gets dark. Check for a short beer. Well, imagine that. No World's Fair ticket. Too bad. You would have loved Chicago.
Chicago? Why, that World's Fair has been over for 6 years.
You don't say.
Sure.
Well, I'll tell that to my Aunt Fanny. She's still saving up for us. Well, a pleasant vacation to you, my dear, and a bum voyage to you, short, squat, and squinty.
Well, this big deal. Is his reloaded? Did you ask him?
This guy's got a very funny disposition for such a shady character.
Well, folks, I've got everything loaded in the car. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Oh, no, thanks, Mr. Gildersleeve. And you've been simply wonderful.
I'll say so.
Oh, not at all, not at all. I don't know when I've enjoyed myself so much. I'm sorry I couldn't do more, McGee.
Hey, what is this anyway, Gildersleeve? How come you're so dad red and helpful all of a sudden?
Oh, let's let bygones be bygones, McGee. Believe me, it's been a real pleasure to help you out.
Huh?
Yeah, I think I did a very good job of loading those bags and trunks and everything in the car. Incidentally, when is the band coming from the piano and the heavy feet?
The van? What van?
What are you talking about? Why should we take a piano on a vacation trip?
Vacation trip? You mean that... Oh, my goodness.
What's the matter?
I thought you were moving away, McGee.
He's going to go all over the waterfall.
Fibber and Molly will be back in just a moment. Some people think that most of the great inventions lie behind us. 50 years ago, a patent office commissioner actually stated that in his opinion, most important patents had already been granted. Yet think what inventions we have had in those 50 years. As a matter of fact, business is more than ever relying upon scientific research for new and better products. For example, in the Johnson's Wax Laboratories, scientists and chemists are working continuously to perfect the many polishes and products sold under the Johnson name. Even in South America, Johnson maintains a scientific laboratory in the heart of the Cauca wax country. As a result, you receive more satisfaction whenever you use a Johnson wax product. Genuine Johnson's wax, paste or liquid, Johnson's self-polishing glow coat for linoleum and other floors, Johnson's car new for automobiles, Johnson's cream wax for furniture, as well as many wax polishes for large buildings and industrial finishes sold direct to the manufacturers. In all these products, the name Johnson stands for highest satisfaction because every product is backed by careful research and experience.
Folks, thanks for listening to us all these weeks, and we'll be seeing you in the fall.
Indeed,
And we know you're going to enjoy Meredith Wilson's show for Johnson's Wax this summer.
And all
Personally, I ain't going to miss a one because I'm really sensitive to good music.
Yes, I do.
Music does something to me.
Yes, that's exactly what me Uncle Dennis said when he got his stomach pinched in the concertina.
Good night.
Good night, all.
This is Harlow Wilcox, speaking for the makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat, Racine, Wisconsin, inviting you all to be with us again next Tuesday night to welcome Meredith Wilson. Good night. This is the National Broadcasting Company. The Johnson Wax Program. The makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat present Fibber McGee and Molly. Incident number 256, written by Don Quinn, with music by the King's Men and Billy Mills Orchestra. The show opens with Get the Moon Out of Your Eyes. It's hard to realize that we're already into the month of October, the 10th month of the year. It's a glorious month, full of wonderful colors, and a good month to talk about how to care for your linoleum floors. How can you keep the colors of your linoleum bright and sparkling? How can you make the linoleum itself last longer? Well, here's how. With Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat. Used with great satisfaction in many thousands of homes from Montreal to Mexico. Ever since Glow Coat was introduced a few years ago, its popularity has increased steadily. It makes floors gleam with beauty, gives a long-lasting polish that's easy to maintain, protects linoleum and other floor surfaces against wear. Does all these things at low cost and with practically no work. Glow Coat is self-polishing. It takes no rubbing or buffing. Simply apply and let dry, and in 20 minutes your floor is like new. Be sure Johnson's Glow Coat is on your next shopping list.
You can't?
Maybe it's the old Johnson Wax feeling for
Give
snappy
your stuff
appearance.
away?
Or maybe it's just years of perfect radio timing. Or again, maybe it's just a coincidence. But just as we opened their show tonight,
Just give him that
two driving up in
gigantic
front of
Peter
79
Griffin.
Wistful Vista, home from their
never
vacation,
play
with
that
Fibber
one.
McGee and Molly.
Probably like you want something with a booty on it.
Like the race
Gotta get them brakes
car
fixed.
things, but I got just for racing.
Home again. Well, help me unload these bags and stuff, Molly.
I'm positive you got skins you don't use.
In the greasy paper bag.
Huh? Oh, that's the rest of that T-bone steak I had at that roadhouse this noon. I couldn't finish it, so I brought it home for the dog.
We haven't got a dog.
Well, I'll bury it till we get one.
Oh, there, folks. Welcome home.
Oh, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Hi, Throckmorton, old man. It certainly is good to see the old faces again. If mine was as old as yours, I'd trade it in.
Same old Fibber, isn't he, Mrs. McGee?
Oh, dear, is he?
Well, how's everything been, Throcky, old pal? You been keeping an eye on our house for us, like you promised?
Yes, indeed I have, McGee. I think you'll find everything in fine shape, except for the umbrella stand in the hall. That got broken.
Oh, yeah? How'd it get busted, Gildersleeve?
Well, I think the carpenters must have done it when they were rehanging the dining room door.
What? Rehanging the dining room door, but what?
Oh, that's right. You wouldn't know about that, would you? Yes, the dining room door fell off when the floor gave way.
Hey, What are you talking about? What floor gave way?
Why, the dining room floor, of course.
What?
You couldn't expect any flooring to hold all that water without something happening.
While of hot water.
Why, the water that came through the dining room ceiling. From the bathroom upstairs.
From the bathroom?
What was the idea of leaving the water running in the bathroom, McGee? So it'd be hot when you came home?
A fine homecoming. I knew I shouldn't have ought to trusted you to look after them things like that there, Gildersleeve. Of all the careless, split-shot, ignorant, lackadaisy chain, him...
You're a hard man, McGee.
Oh, boys, stop it. You mustn't start quarreling the very minute we get home, or must you?
Well, no, it ain't compulsory, I guess.
I should say not. Might at least wait till tomorrow.
What time, Gildersleeve?
About 10:30.
Make it 11. We had a long drive, and I'm tired. Well, come on, Molly. We better start unloading this stuff.
Fine. I'll take these boxes and the bag of laundry, and you bring...
No. You folks must be just about worn out. Let me carry that stuff in for you.
What?
Give me that steamer trunk. That's it.
Well, I'll be back for another load in a moment.
I'll be a monkey's uncle.
On your mother's side or your father's side?
On my father, huh? Oh,
Isn't Mr. Gildersleeve nice? He has a heart as big as all outdoors.
yeah, and it can get just as windy and cold, too. Now, let's see. I guess I left my fishing tackle in the trunk compartment.
Well, hello there, Fibber. Hello, Molly. Welcome home.
Mr. Wilcox, how nice.
What's the name, Bud?
Oh, hi, Harlow.
Gee, I'm glad to see you.
Well, say, by the looks of your car, you've certainly been places. Look at that dust. Tell you what you better do. Get a can of Johnson's car new and...
Okay. Call off your dog. We know the car's dirty, and we know what to do about it, too.
Oh, look at that
Now,
guy.
let's go on from there. Friendly and non-commercial.
All right. Can I help you unload that luggage?
No, thank you. Mr. Gildersleeve is helping us.
Yeah. Besides, we don't want you to see the present we bring you before we're ready. Oh, you love it, Harlow.
Gee, what is it?
Oh, now, don't be impatient. You drop by later, and we'll give it to you.
Yeah.
All right. And if there's anything I can do, just give me a ring.
Ah, good old Harlow.
Say, incidentally, what did we bring him to do?
I don't know. We'll find something. How about that sewing basket with the beads on it we bought from the Indians in Walla Walla?
Well, it'll have to be cleaned first.
Huh?
You carried your bait in it for 2 weeks.
That's all I did carry in it, too.
Well, folks, I carried that steamer trunk right up to your room. Now, give me another load. I won't be satisfied till I get every bag out of that car.
Now,
No, that's all
let
it
McGee help you.
Yeah, I'll be glad.
No. I'll get this big box. And McGee, you hoist that outboard motor up on my shoulder.
Better straighten the rudder on it, McGee, or you'll have him going around the block.
That's very good, Mr. McGee.
I thought it was pretty good myself.
I'll be back for another load in a moment.
What's got into that guy, anyway?
Shit.
He's working like a beaver. Except his tail ain't so flat.
Well, it will be by the time he lugs in a couple of more trunks. Now stop criticizing a helpful neighbor and get to work.
Okay. Now, let's see. There's my
Oh,
fishing...
look, McGee.
Huh?
Here comes the little girl from across the street.
Hey, what's she looking so haughty about? Hi there, sis.
Oh, how do you do?
Hey, come back here a minute. Hey, sis.
Were you addressing me, sir?
What are you getting so high-hat about?
Well, see, it was my thought that inasmuch as our business relationship had more or less culminated, there was no further point in assuming a false hardiness upon casual contact with my former employers. I bet you.
Your former employers? You ain't leaving our show, are you?
Well, I've had some very good offers. And when you've been in show business as long as I have, Chief,
Okay. So who's been making you offers?
my agent told me not to tell of it.
Oh, who's your agent, little girl?
Well, sir,
What are y'all doing? Hiding in there?
but you can't talk to him now on account he had to go to bed early on
While you were
account he broke the
standing
window
up,
in his
moving.
football on account of a belief.
He broke a window on account of a belief?
Sure, he believed he could kick it clear over the
Brussels
house.
sprout. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
It's the worst
I said,
food
I
on the
see.
planet.
Well, don't expect any credit for it
it was pretty
Maybe
obvious.
they like Brussels sprouts.
Okay, sis, okay. Anyway, I wish you a lot of luck with your new dough, whatever it is. And I
Tell you
hope
the truth,
you'll
I
always
never had
think
them
well
growing
of
up. I
old
didn't even know what one
and
was
old
until my
Molly.
neighbor across
Let
the
me
street
out of
gave
it.
me one.
Oh.
And I did try to eat the
We've
fucking
had a
thing.
lot of fun together, haven't we?
Yes, we have, sis. But whatever you do, we wish you well.
It's like eating
But
a whole
if I was you, I'd
ball
talk it
of
over with your
lettuce
mother.
in one
With whom, mister?
Your mother.
My mother.
shit.
Yes, your mother. Who is it that you can always depend on to tell you a story at bedtime? Who sings to you and makes you laugh and makes you brush your teeth every night?
Oh, Bob Ho.
Oh,
Right, kid. I think a smart youngster like that really deserves a pat on the back. With a hairbrush. The little pup, she did. Oh, hi, Gildersleeve. Much obliged for helping. Couple more tricks and you ought to be about through, huh?
Yes, McGee. But as I said, I won't be happy till I get every bag out of that car.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's only one more bag left, Mr. Gildersleeve. The Gladstone. You bring that, McGee.
Okay, Molly.
Oh, no, you don't, McGee. I'll take that.
Oh, come, Crocky. You've done enough.
You think I have? Well, watch this.
Hey, watch what you're doing
You're
there.
spilling everything out on the sidewalk.
That's what you get for putting my bag on the bottom of the pile.
Huh?
When you borrowed it last summer, you didn't tell me you'd be gone 13 weeks. My wife has been wanting to go away on a visit for 2 months. And now maybe she won't even go. You see what you've done, McGee?
You know his wife to leave so cheat on him? Who's the marshmallow? There's a marshmallow head that was crawling around. So another team that took it out. There's another box. They were trying to save themselves in the box. They crawled in there.
Well, where have you been, dearie?
Putting the car in the garage. Why?
Well, I've emptied everything out of the bags and suitcases, and I can't find your purple sweater. What do you suppose it is?
Oh, I remember. It was took by a moose.
Anybody that'll take that sweater's no moose. He's an odd fellow.
No, this is a real moose, honest. Remember the night you spent with your Aunt Hattie up in Winnipeg, and I stayed in the tourist camp? Well, when I went to bed that night, here was that moose with his head stuck through the window. I didn't know it was a real moose. I thought it was just a moose's head, mounted.
Oh.
So I hung all my clothes on it.
What?
Got away with my orange and blue necktie and my green slacks, too.
Pretty snappy outfit for a moose. You ought to do all right in the moving season.
I sure hated to lose that sweater. Anything else missing?
Well, I haven't checked everything yet. Why?
Well, I don't know. I still got the feeling we forgot something fairly important.
Well,
too.
don't worry about it, dearie. It'll probably show up sooner or later. Now, let me see. Here's my big shoes.
Come in.
Fibber McGee and Molly?
Yes?
Who's sponsoring you this year?
Same people, Bud. Johnson's Wax.
Didn't they sponsor you last year?
For the last 5 years, in fact.
Who are you going to work for the next year, may I ask?
Johnson's Wax.
For the next 5 years.
10 years with one outfit. And they call this a variety program. It's reprehensible.
Fresh guy. What does he expect us to do? Change sponsors as often as we change our jokes?
Quick, keep on talking. You left yourself wide open.
Let's go over these souvenirs and gifts, Molly, and see what we're going to give to whom.
All right, I put them all over here on this entry.
Now, let's see what we got. There's that snakeskin hat band and the abalone shell table lamp. The little Indian squaw doll holding the paprika.
Papoose.
Papoose is what they hitch on the end of a freight train.
No, that's a caboodle.
Oh, yeah. Well, then what's a paprika?
Red pepper.
All I gotta say is that's a heck of a name for an Indian baby. Red pepper. Of all the Old Home Week.
If they pound that door as often as they did last year, it'll make the old home week all right. Come in.
Oh, there, my dears. Welcome home.
Mrs. Uppington, how nice.
And Billy Mills. Hi, Uppy. Hi, Billy. Hello, kid.
Billy Mills.
Sure, I'm glad to see you back.
Getting lonesome, Mr. Mills?
Nope. Getting broke, baby.
I should like to have had a vacation myself, but what with my rumba lessons, you
Well,
know.
vacation's a what? What'd you say? Rumba lesson.
Heavenly days, a mess.
Well, really, I don't see why you're so surprised. Simply everyone
It
is
says you
rumbaing,
can.
you know. Are they not, William?
That's right, Snooky. If you don't rumba, you're a little behind. And if you do...
Oh, but really, Mrs. McGee, you must take it up. It's simply fascinating. It's so exhilarating. Yes, I've just
Yeah, I
finished
can
my
go
5th
online, or
lesson
you
with
can
Madame
do it.
Lozonga. And next week I'm to give an exhibition at the country club. Oh, you must come.
Oh, I wouldn't miss that for all the tea in Panama.
No, you mean China.
We can't say China. It's
Oh, you have
controversial.
to enable it. Hey, I can do it.
We'll be there the night
Let's
you
see
make
what
the
it
exhibition of
says.
yourself. I mean, the night you put on the exhibition.
Somehow I can't picture you as a rumba dancer, Mrs. Uppington.
Well, really, and why not, my dear?
Oh, I don't know. You always seem more the type to spend an evening with the mazurka.
Yeah, mazurka tonight and shotty at sunrise.
Come now. One must be more receptive to new ideas, or one becomes stoogy.
That's stodgy.
Now on the show. Now here, let me show you how the rumba is done. William, the piano.
Yeah, I saw it. Ain't it a dilly?
No. I mean play,
Tell
William.
you the truth, it's a
rumba.
free
I wish to
game.
show Mr. and Mrs.
You
McGee
just
how
want to play
simple it
something
is.
for
Oh,
free
never
and
mind.
not spend
Never
any
mind.
fucking
Never
money,
mind.
you can do it. But that's probably what I would do. Because
Look at that, will you, Molly? He's here in the bull fiddle.
I rarely would pay for anything in
Oh,
the
man,
game.
I'm sorry, Mr. McGee. I didn't realize I was so close to that wall, and really, I'm afraid I've come a little the wire.
You sure tripped the light. Fantastic.
McGee, she couldn't help it.
Oh, I know it. Just to show you there's no hard feelings, Uppy. Come on, get up and come over here to the end table and select a souvenir of our trip.
Say, how about that little hunk of petrified wood, Mrs. Uppington?
Yeah, that snakeskin hatband.
Oh, now, really, I hardly know what to select. All these things are so unusual, you know. William, come here and help me decide. What shall I take?
You want my candid opinion, Stucky?
Yes, of course.
Take the end table.
Why, that's splendid. Yes, indeed, I will. Well, thank you so much, Mr. and Mrs. McGee, and I do hope I'll see you at the country club. Come, William.
Well, I'm glad I didn't put those things on the piano.
I can't get over old Uppy doing that rumble.
Now what?
I got that feeling again
What feeling?
that we forgot something. You sure all my fishing tackle was unpacked? Because I'm positive.
Hey, where's my present?
What you mean, where's your present? Is that any way to come busting in here when we ain't hardly unpacked yet?
Well, gee whiz, you promised. Let me see it. Come on.
I feel like there's two.
Baby. Here it is. How do you like it, Harlow?
What is it?
Already,
Well,
you kill
you see,
them
Mr.
while they're
Wilcox,
flying?
you put that little flower in your buttonhole,
Or you can
and the bulb has water.
destroy the helicopter.
And when somebody smells of the flower, you squeeze the bulb and squirt them in the eye.
Oh, I see.
I kind of envy you, Harlow. You can have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, I'll be a social panic with this. You know, it reminds me of a magic plate lifter I had
Why
once.
don't you
You know, you
teach
put it
you?
under the tablecloth, squeeze a bulb, and somebody's plate jumps up and down. Ha, ha!
Boy, was I a card. Yeah, I'd like to have one of them. You still got it, Harlow?
No. Johnson's wax just about ruined that gag.
What's that?
Yeah. When people began to realize what beauty there was in a dining room table polished with Johnson's wax, and how easy it was to keep it looking beautiful, to say nothing of protecting the surface from scratches and stains, well, a lot of them just quit using tablecloth.
Oh.
Gee, sometimes there'd be weeks go by before I had a chance to use my magic plate lifter.
Well, that's pretty tough, Harlow, but you can't stop progress.
No, I guess not. Well, did you have a nice trip?
Oh, wonderful, Miss Wilcox. I don't know who enjoyed it the most. McGee or me or the old timer.
The old timer, was he with you?
Oh, sure he was. He was more fun than a barrel of monkeys, too.
At least we think he was.
Yeah.
Next trip we make, we're taking a barrel of monkeys instead. Just for comparison.
Well, did you catch any fish, Fibber? Or are you a fisherman?
Am I a fisherman? You hear that, Molly? Am I a fisherman?
Well, we're both waiting for the answer, dearie.
Even when I was a little tyke, I could catch more fish than anybody in town. Why, I caught so many catfish, they even nicknamed me after him.
Oh.
I think. Bullhead McGee, I was known as in
Oh, my.
Bullhead McGee, the blue-eyed, brown-haired, barefoot boy, bravely bouncing on the bosom of the briny in a battered boat to bring in bountiful baskets of black bass and bluegills for breakfast. Best barracuda battler that ever braced a back on a bulkhead to belabor the big babies that like to bake and bend the bamboo till it's about to bust. Barging back to the beach with a bursting basket of breathtaking beauties from the bottom of the bay, and posted about in the best boathouses as the brightest boat of brains and brawn that I say, King's men, can you carry on?
The King's men sing The House That Jack Built.
This is the house that Jack built. This is the mouse, this is the mouse that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the rat that ate the mouse that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the cat that killed the rat that ate the mouse that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the dog that worried the cat that killed the rat that ate the mouse that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the cow with the crumpled horn that tossed the dog that worried the cat that killed the rat that ate the mouse that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the maid in all.
I think it's kind of strange that these songs that children's songs are originally adult songs. The old McDonald song. It's really little children's song.
This is the rooster crowing in the early morn, that wakes the priest all shaven and shorn, that married the poor young man all tattered and torn. The man who kissed the pretty maiden, so forlorn, the maid who milked the cow with the crumpled horn. The cow that tossed the dog that worried the cat that killed the rat that ate the mouse in the house that Jack built. This is the farmer sowing his corn that kept the cock that crowed in the morn, that waked the priest all shaven and shorn, that married a man tattered and torn, that kissed the maiden all forlorn, that milked the cow with a crumpled horn, that tossed the dog that worried the cat that killed the rat that ate the mouse that lay in the house that Jack built. Hey, Molly, give me a pencil and paper.
What for, dearie?
I'm going to write a list of everything we took with us and check it against what we've run back. I know we left something someplace, and I can't for the life of me remember just...
Oh, hello, Mr. Poplin.
Well, for Skin's sake, Scissor and Cupid. Welcome home again as I live and breathe the best I can with this hay fever.
Thanks, Nick. Glad to see you.
My goodness gracious. It must have been a wonderful thing to be driving all over the Western Hemisphere, doing all that seat sign.
No, you mean sightseeing.
On a long trip, you can do both, I'm thinking. I'm going to take Mrs. DePopulis and the kids on a long trip one of these days.
Oh,
Every night, my biggest boy, Demetrios, is bringing home a lot of road marks.
Road map.
Road marks. He's in the street cleaning department.
But what was I saying before somebody had joined the whistle on my train of supplements?
You want to take a trip sometime?
Oh, yes. The only thing is, I think you'll have to ask me to take care of our cat.
Oh, what kind of a cat is it?
She's a miser.
A miser. Your cat is a miser?
Sure. Oh, she's a terrible little miser.
How much money has she got?
Oh, she hasn't got any money. She works for nothing.
Works for nothing doing what?
Catching mice.
You mean she's a mouser?
Oh, I stand connected, kidder. Well, I've got to get home now so I can hear Kay Kaiser on the radio.
No, that's Kay Kaiser.
Miser, Mauser, Kaiser, Kaiser. What difference is it making to anybody but a man or a mice? Incidental flaws, kidder.
Huh?
Where were you going on this? For skin's sake. Where were you going on this big vacation of yours?
Up in the high Sierras, Mr. DePopular. And believe me, you get some beautiful panoramas from some of those mountain peaks.
Yes, I wouldn't be a bit... You get what?
Some beautiful panoramas.
Oh! Well, panoramas wouldn't be very appealing to me.
Oh.
I like the old-fashioned night shirt. Well, so long, Peter, Jupiter. If you get a chance to drop down by my candy kitchen, why bother?
You know, I think it would do Mr. DePopular good to take a motor trip with his family, McGee.
Huh?
By the way, how many children has he got?
How should I know? He's been away all summer. Brad, I wish I could remember what it was that we forgot. I won't sleep a wink till I remember what that...
Oh, now stop worrying, dearie. Whatever it is, it'll show up sooner or later. Hey, I better call the grocery and order something for supper. Is the phone working?
I don't know. I'll see. Hello, operator? Never mind. I just want... Oh, is that you, Mert?
Heavenly day.
How's every little thing, Mert? It is, eh? Huh? Your old man. He what? Got shot in the leg. Honest, Mert?
Oh, my goodness, I don't think getting shot in the leg is anything to laugh at, dearie.
No, you don't understand, Molly. He was loading some cartridges and got some shot down his pant leg. Pretty near tickled him to death. What say, Mert?
Now what?
Oh, she said she's got a long-distance call for us. Okay, Mert, put him on. Hello? Hello?
Oh, was that you, Johnny?
Oh, hi, old-timer. Where are you talking from?
You know very well where I am, Johnny. Huh? Are you not doing station in Gold Beach, Oregon, where you drove away and left me?
Oh, I knew we forgot something.
Fibber and Molly will be back in just a moment. I'm very glad to tell you about a wonderful new Johnson product. A new and entirely different kind of enamel called wax enamel. If any of you ladies have in mind doing a little redecorating, repainting your woodwork, bathroom, or any pieces of furniture to give them new life and color, then please try wax enamel. Why is it different? Well, it actually has wax mixed right in it, so it dries with a beautiful, smooth, lustrous, wax-like finish. And because of this wax right in the enamel, wax enamel gives greater protection against scratches and marring, and is easier to keep spotless. It took years of research before Johnson chemists perfected wax enamel, but it was worth waiting for. It comes in a wide assortment of smart colors selected by a prominent interior decorator. Wax enamel is economical because a little goes a long way, and one coat almost always covers. See wax enamel at your hardware, paint, or department store. Remember, it's made by the makers of Johnson's Wax.
Hey, you Fibber McGee and Molly?
Yes, we are.
I'm warning you. You better get out of here. Quick.
Why?
They're following you. Right now.
Huh? Who's following?
Bob Hope and his mom.
Good night.
Good night, all.
This is Harlow Wilcox, reminding you that when you buy any one of the Johnson Wax products, you'll get your full money's worth in satisfaction. Be sure to ask your dealer for Johnson's self-polishing glow coat for your linoleum, Johnson's Wax for your floors, furniture, and woodwork, and Johnson's Car New for your car. All these superior products are manufactured by S.C. Johnson & Son, Incorporated, Racine, Wisconsin. Well, we hope you'll be with us again next Tuesday night, same time, same station. Good night. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
The Johnson Wax Program.
makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coats present Fibber McGee and Molly, Incident 257, written by Don Quinn, with the King's Men and Billy Mills Orchestra. The show opens with There's a Great Day Coming Mañana. Do you know what is the most inexpensive way to make your home more beautiful? It's by the regular use of genuine Johnson's Wax on your floors, furniture, and woodwork. Every application of this world-famous wax polish adds mellow, rich beauty. And every application also adds greater protection and makes house cleaning easier. In fact, I don't know of any product that you can buy that offers more advantages. Floors that are wax protected with genuine Johnson's Wax take on a soft, satiny luster and gleam that sets off all your furnishings. The hard film of Johnson's Wax protects floors against scuffing feet and scraping heels. Dust is whisked away in a jiffy. And there are 100 extra uses for Johnson's Wax. For windowsills, lampshades, picture frames, furniture, leather goods. It's just good housekeeping to have a can of Johnson's paste or liquid wax always on hand. Well, Fibber doesn't feel very well. What's the best thing to do when you don't feel very well? Go to a doctor. So, here in the doctor's office, where our hero is being examined for this and that, and sinus, we find Fibber McGee and Molly.
Now, just a minute, Doc. Before you start this examination, what's this going to cost me?
Take off your shirt.
Heavenly days, that's cheap enough.
No. I want the shirt off so I can examine him properly.
Oh.
As for my fee, Mr. McGee, well, it depends on circumstances.
My circumstances or yours?
Oh, come. Off with the shirt.
Okay, Bud.
That's it. Now then, what have been your symptoms?
Well, I could have told you them with my shirt on.
Now, don't be so impudent, dearie. He's been having headaches, Doctor.
Where?
Oh, now, look, Doc, where do you usually have headaches? In your...
McGee!
Sit down, McGee.
Okay.
That's it. Oh, Miss Gribble, bring me Mr. McGee's history.
I've got one of his old geographies at home, too, Doctor, if you'd need that.
No, thank you. Now, McGee, according to your history, I see that...
Doc, come over to my house right away. My wife broke her leg.
I'll be over as soon as I can, Flanagan. What was she doing when she broke her leg?
Skiing.
Skiing? But there's been no snow since last winter.
That's when she broke it. Hurry up, will you, Doc?
Now, let's see. According to your history, McGee, you've had insomnia for years.
I have?
Yes. Any bad habits?
Yes, I don't sleep good.
Yes, I know. Do you drink heavily, McGee?
No, I don't, Doc, but Molly's Uncle Dennis is an alcoholic.
Hold it there. Never you mind about me, Uncle Dennis.
You smoke heavily, McGee?
Oh, I don't know, Doc. I never smoke more than 3 or 4 cigarettes a day.
Well, that's moderate.
And 25 cigars.
Now we're getting somewhere. McGee, I want you to cut out tobacco entirely for 1 week and go on a bland diet.
Go on a what?
A bland diet.
Heavenly days, and I don't think we have a bland in the house.
Now, wait a minute, Doc. I've smoked all my life. You can't expect
Those
me
are
to...
my orders. No smoking for 1 week. Then come and see me again.
You better come to see me, Doc. I'll be 2 weeks to go out.
Don't be silly, McGee. I've been telling you for years to cut down on your smoking. Is that all, Doctor?
For now, yes, Mrs. McGee. And McGee, drink 4 full glasses of water right now. You'll find a water cooler in the reception room. Hurry up.
Well, what's the idea? Why don't...
McGee, go on.
Oh.
What's the idea of making him drink 4 glasses of water, Doctor?
So I could talk to you privately a minute.
Oh.
Now, look.
It's going to be a great strain on his willpower to quit smoking abruptly.
You can get guts and Borglum to carve that in a mountain, too. McGee'll never do it, Doctor.
You have to, and you can help.
How?
Here, you take this little bottle of medicine. When he begins to weaken, put about 3 drops into his coffee. It won't hurt him, but it makes tobacco taste simply terrible. Do you understand?
Certainly. Would it cure him quicker if I dumped the whole bottle in at once?
No. Good. No. Now remember, just 3 drops.
Yeah, 3 drops of what?
Well, the doctor was just going to say that 3 drops of prevention was worth 6 pounds a cure.
How do you know he was going to say that? He hadn't got to it yet.
I read lips.
Oh. Well, I'll certainly give your treatment a whirl, Doc. And much obliged.
Think nothing of it.
I do. Just about.
Ah, dear, you'll never be able to do it, dearie. You can't quit smoking.
Who says I can't? Here, take these cigars and hide them.
All right, I will.
And hide them someplace where I can't possibly find them. Say in the bottom drawer of your dressing table. That's a good place.
Come on, hurry, dearie. The elevator's waiting.
Okay.
Call your floors, please.
Well, hello there, Mr. Oldtimer. I didn't recognize you.
Didn't they? Yeah, and the minute young Johnny here didn't say anything to me about life having its ups and downs, I didn't recognize him either.
That's pretty good, old-timer.
Yeah, but that ain't the way I heard it.
Ah.
The way I heard it, one feller says to t'other feller, says, see where they're agitating for prohibition in the areas where there's army encampments. That so, says t'other feller. Well, there's one thing you better let the boys have. What's that, says the first feller.
Draft beer. Come on, McGee.
Oh, darn you, daughter, you little point killer. Main floor all out.
You know, Molly, I shouldn't bust off smoking so abrupt as this like this here. I ought to quit gradual. I think what this is liable to do to my metabolism.
Metabolism.
Huh?
And if the doctor says that you... Hey, where are you going,
To the
McGee?
drugstore. I got to make a phone call. I'll be right out.
All right, hurry up.
Yes, sir?
Quick, sis. Give me a cigar. Make it a El Rocco Panatella.
Yes, sir. Here you are.
Thank you.
We're having a sale on these El Rocos today, sir. A box of 50 for $1.95.
Oh, boy, I'll take it. Oh, no. You send me a box. Yeah, send it to Fibber McGee in care of the Elks Club.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Who did you have to call, McGee?
Well, the Elks are putting on a show next Thursday, Molly, and I ordered a box.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah?
And what's that in your hand behind your back?
Huh? Oh, for goodness sake. A cigar.
Hand it over.
Oh, now, Molly, I ain't gonna smoke it. Honest. I'm just keeping it to tempt
Why
myself.
would the
I
doctor
know
say
you,
just
McGee.
quit smoking for a
You can
week?
resist anything but temptation.
Look, Molly. Ain't it more to my credit if I have a good cigar in my hand and don't smoke it than if I didn't have a good cigar in my hand and didn't smoke it?
Well, yes, I guess it is.
I got even a better idea. I bet you I could light it and take one drag onto it and throw it away.
What?
I guess that'll prove I got willpower. Why, shucks, I got even more willpower than that. I can take 5 drags onto it and throw it away. Yes, or even 10. Why, I could smoke it clear down to the best part and toss it into the gutter without even a backward look. You got a match?
Oh, look, McGee, here comes Mrs. Uppington.
Oh, that old overaged battleship. Why didn't they trade her in for a naval base?
Battleship is right. That hat of hers would make a lovely crow's nest. If that isn't the silliest look... Oh, how do you do, Mrs. Uppington? So nice to see you.
Oh, how do you do, Mrs. McGee? And Mr. McGee?
Hi, Uppy.
I missed you the other evening when I gave my rumba exhibition at the country club. Oh, really, you missed a very delightful evening.
Well, I'm sorry, Uppy. We had to see a man about a horse.
Yeah. Gene Autry at the Bijou Theater. But how did the rumba exhibition go, Mrs. Uppington?
Oh, marvelously, my dear, marvelously. I was in splendid form.
Yeah, I know you were, Uppy. A musician friend of mine was there. Old Charlie Rimshot. He says after seeing you rumba, he was going to take it up himself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is he going to take it up with me?
No, with the Cuban government.
Well, I do not consider that very amusing, Mrs. McGee. But then I should know better than to discuss anything aesthetic with persons of such bourgeois mentality.
What's bourgeois mentality?
That's highbrow for lowbrow. Tell me, Uppy, in this rumba dancing, do you make up the steps as you go along?
Well, now, that's odd that you should ask me that, Miss McGee.
Yeah?
William, Mr. Mills, you know. Oh, yes. He asked me the same question. Snooky, he said, do you ad-lib the ankle stuff? Why, of course not, Lanny Pie, I said. There's a definite routine to follow. Why did you ask? And he said, well, Boyd, it always looks so haphazard to me. And my William is very amusing. Oh, it's been very nice to have seen you. Good night.
Ah, dear Mrs. Uppington. There's one share of Mayflower stock that never paid a dividend. What you sniffing at?
Oh, boy. Did you get a whiff of that cigar that just went past? Oh, was that delicious?
Oh, are you really that hungry for a cigar?
Am I? Molly, I'd like to get caught in an avalanche of stogies and have to smoke my way out. As the gal says when she split her riding breeches at the horse show, this is a heck of a way to bust an old habit.
Well, calm yourself, dearie. You'll get over it.
Well,
You know.
hello there, folksies. Say, what's the matter, Fibber? What are you looking so disgusted about?
Oh, hi.
He's been smoking too much, Mr. Wilcox, and the doctor's made him quit cigars for a week.
Well, the doctor's probably right. People smoke a lot more than they used to. They say it's because of the fast pace, the rush and bustle of modern living, but I think it's a lot of bunk.
Why? Said he, innocently, knowing very well he was giving Mr. Wilcox an opening he could drive a truck through, loaded with Johnson's Loco.
Well, look, take housewives, for instance.
Yeah.
They have hours and hours more leisure than they had in the old days of floor scrubbing.
Will you amplify that statement, Mr. Wilcox, for the benefit of our listeners and in the interest of our better relationship with the sponsor?
Why, gladly, Molly. You see, instead of the old-fashioned back-breaking mop and pail days, we now have Johnson's self-polishing glow coat. The floor polish that does everything but ball out the Iceman for tracking in mud. And what's a little mud to glow coat?
Well, it's your story, Bud. You tell it.
Well, look, spots and dust can be wiped up in a jiffy from a glow-coated floor. And when you think that all you have to do to apply it is just pour a little out on the floor, spread it around, and wait 20 minutes or so for a beautiful, gleaming, polished linoleum with no rubbing, no buffing. And if life is so much simpler and easier for housewives, why should a mere man get in such a nervous uproar?
I don't know why he should, but I'm certainly in one, up to my neck. I'm dying for a smoke.
I know. I quit smoking for a week once. And when I went back to it, I went in for Egyptian cigarettes.
Oh.
Because I'd aged about 2,000 years. So long, Fibber. Well, let me get you down. So long, Molly.
Goodbye, Mr. Wilcox.
Egyptian cigarette. And he promised his mummy he'd never smoke.
Oh.
He's only been on a couple of weeks. Don't you get it, Molly? I said...
Ain't funny, McGee.
I'm nervous. Well, let's stop someplace for a cup of coffee. I gotta get something to calm my nerves.
Let's go home where I can make you a good cup of coffee. Then we can sit
Ah,
down.
there. Good morning, my dear.
Hello, Mr. Boomer.
And good day to you, Rattletrap. What are you looking so dismal about?
Now, don't twit me, Boomer. I feel kind of edgy today, and I'm liable to be a little cutting.
Yes. He's had to give up cigars, Mr. Boomer. Doctor's orders, you know.
Ah, yes. Pernicious habit, cigar smoking. Never used the weed myself.
Ah, don't give me that malarkey about you not smoking, Boomer. You always got a cigar in your puss.
Certainly, Half Dome, certainly. But mine are a special brand. The nicotine content has been chemically removed.
Oh, listen to this.
A child could smoke them. In fact, my little nephew, aged 3.5, smoked 5 of them yesterday.
Oh, my.
Yes. They turned him a rich purple like a meerschaum pie. Very pretty effect, if I do say it myself. Care to try one, sassafras? Have it right here with me.
Okay, Boomer, give me one of your painless panatellas.
Willingly. Have it right here. Now, where did I put that sterilized stogie? Let's see now. Here's a camel's hair paintbrush. Wonderful thing. Can go 7 days without watercolor. Here's a better mousetrap my brother invented.
Did the world beat a path up to his door?
Yes, and then beat up my brother. Poor Don. What's this? Oh, yes, postcard from Sheila the shoplifter. Unfortunate girl. Got caught with a hot piano when the stool turned and squealed on her. Here's a dozen assorted wallets given to me by a pickpocket pal. Oh, it's always fair weather when good fellows get together. Here's a false beard with a bit of egg on it for realism. A check for a short beard. Well, that's that, no cigar. Sorry, sad puss, I'll have to try and pick one up for you someplace.
The King's Men singing The Breeze and I.
You went away, you didn't say goodbye to me. A little breeze came by to me and whispered you had gone. And now the breeze and I are saying with a sigh that you found somebody new and now you no longer care. Ooh, the breeze and I are murmuring goodbye to all those beautiful dreams we used to treasure and share. Why can't we make a happy ending? The thrill lingers with me still, and it always will when the soft breezes sigh. But all about me, they know you have departed without me, and we wonder why you said goodbye. The breeze and I.
Let's see, what was it the doctor said? 3 drops in each cup of coffee. That's it. 1, 2, 3. And 1 for luck. There.
Hey, Molly, where are you? What you doing?
I'm out in the kitchen, dearie, making you a nice cup of coffee. Here you are. Drink this and you'll never miss your horrid old cigars.
Oh, can't I have a cigar instead, Molly, please? Gee whiz, I'm really suffering.
Well, open the window and get some fresh air. It's awfully hot in here.
Oh, it ain't the heat, it's the humidor. I want to smoke.
Oh, don't be such a baby. Drink your coffee.
Oh, okay. Ooh. Oh. Hey, what is this, Java or lava? Why, that tastes awful.
Why, of course it does, dearie. That's because you got all that nicotine in your system. Where are you going?
I'm going upstairs and lie down. I don't feel good. And, Molly.
Yeah?
If you should smell smoke up there, it'll be incense. I'm in a kind of an oriental mood. You know, fatalistic.
If I smell smoke up there, I'll smell a rat. If you try to smoke a cigar behind my back, well, I wonder who that could be.
It's got to be either Gildersleeve or the little girl, unless they rung in a new character on it. Come in.
Oh, there. Hey, I just won $20 on a Cincinnati Red. So I thought maybe...
That's ratted Gildersleeve. Quit waving that cigar in my face. Keep your filthy habits to yourself.
Now, McGee, is that any way to talk to nice Mr. Gildersleeve?
Well, no, I guess it ain't. But it'll be better when I get going good. Now, look here, Throckmorton. If you think you can come into my house and poison the air with them cheap stogies of yours, smelling up our new drapery...
Now, look here, McGee.
Excuse me, Mr. Gildersleeve. You'll have to make allowances for McGee today. He's a little on edge because he's quit cigars.
Oh, quit cigars, eh? Yeah, I see. Well, I'll never give up cigars as long as I live.
But think of your health, Mr. Gildersleeve.
What's the matter with my health? I'm as strong as an ox.
Yeah, and just as dumb.
What?
You may think you're as dumb as an ox, Gildersleeve, but how's your wind? Could you protect your wife from the insults of some street corner bully, could you?
Well,
Has your hair been getting a little thin lately?
Well, come to think of it, my hair...
You notice that you pant a little when you lean over to tie your shoes in the morning?
McGee, now that you speak of it,
When you walk into a dark movie theater, do you keep seeing Don Amicis in front of your eyes?
By George, Mrs. McGee, I believe...
Think it over, Gildersleeve. Don't you think you owe it to your loved ones?
Who told you about her? You mean my wife, huh?
I'm serious, Gildersleeve. Remember, your health is the most valuable thing you have. Ain't you man enough to give up a trifling habit like cigars to preserve the precious heritage of health?
Oh, my goodness. Where's an ashtray, Mrs. McGee? I want to put this cigar out.
Right here, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yes. There.
That ain't enough, Gildersleeve.
Yeah.
You can't do it by putting out one cigar. You got to make a clean break. You got to say to yourself... What do you call yourself when you talk to yourself?
Gil.
Thanks. Gil? You really call yourself that? You got to say to yourself, Gil, from today on, I'm going to be a man. Why should I be a slave to nicotine? Out with the insidious cigarette. Out with the character-sapping cigar. I'm turning over a new leaf. That's what you got to say to yourself, Gildersleeve, my boy.
McGee, you've made me see things in a new light. Open the window, will you, Mrs. McGee?
Certainly, Mr. Gildersleeve.
If you intend to jump out, Gildersleeve, don't forget this is the ground floor. But there's a window up in the attic that you...
I'm not jumping out! I'm tossing these cigars away. There they go. Never let it be said that a mere piece of vegetation ever licked Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve. I feel better already, McGee. I don't know how to thank you for this.
Gildersleeve, My reward is in seeing your footsteps planted on the golden trail of health and happiness. Now go, and may you never relapse into your old evil ways.
You're a good man, McGee.
Good night, Gil.
Good night, Fib.
Good night. McGee, that was a dirty trick.
Well, I'm in a dirty mood. Here I am dying for a smoke, and that big foghorn comes in and waves a 50-cent Colorado Clara right under my nose. I had to convert him in self-defense. Another week of this, and I'll be walking down the street throwing rocks at little children and kicking the heads off the tulips.
There won't be any tulips, not till next spring.
Oh, I'll wait. I can hold a grudge.
Don't be such a sourpuss, dearie. Don't forget the old saying that I just made up. People in paring knives that lose their temper are pretty dull to have around.
People in paring?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
for
it.
the love of God.
Here, have some hot coffee.
Well, okay. Thanks, Molly. Oh, boy. Oh, that's awful. Oh. Oh, boy, I can't even enjoy a cup of coffee.
Aha, so you're convinced now.
Yes, I'm convinced. You're absolutely right, Molly. I'm through. I'm through for good. From this day on, I'm swearing off.
I knew you could give up tobacco if you really tried.
Tobacco? I'm giving up coffee. Bring me a cigar and a glass of milk.
Fibber and Molly will be back in just a moment.
Do you like to do a little painting or decorating now and then? Do you have a breakfast set or a bookcase that you've been itching to brighten up with new colors? Then listen carefully while I tell you about Johnson's newest product, a brand new kind of enamel that actually has wax mixed right in it. It's called Johnson's Wax Enamel, and it's different from any enamel you've ever tried before. Because of its wax content, wax enamel dries with a beautiful soft luster, satiny smooth, that lovely finish that only wax can give. And that isn't the whole story either. A wax enamel finish is harder to mar or scratch and much easier to clean. You brush wax enamel like any ordinary enamel. A little goes a long way, and one coat nearly always covers. Look over the wide assortment of stunning wax enamel colors now at your hardware, paint, or department store. You're sure to like the extra beauty that wax enamel gives.
Oh, McGee,
Huh? What's the matter, Molly?
call the police. I heard a noise under our window.
Oh, that's okay. That's just Gildersleeve looking for them cigars he threw out.
Why don't you be nice and go help him look?
It's no use, Molly. They ain't there.
You mean you...
Yes.
Oh,
Good night.
good night, Olive.
This is Harlow Wilcox, reminding you that when you buy any one of the Johnson Wax products, you get your full money's worth in satisfaction. Be sure to ask your dealer for Johnson's self-polishing glow coat for your linoleum, Johnson's Wax for your floors, furniture, and woodwork, and Johnson's Car New for your car. All these superior products are manufactured by S.C. Johnson & Son, Incorporated, Racine, Wisconsin. Well, we hope you'll all be with us again next Tuesday night, same time, same station. Good night.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
The Johnson Wax Program. The makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat present Fibber McGee and Molly, incident number 258, written by Don Quinn, with music by the King's Men and Billy Mills Orchestra. The show opens with The World Is in My Arms.
I was just standing
Have you ever stopped to think how many labor-saving devices you modern women have in your homes compared with the homes of 50 years ago? How would you like to give up your telephone, your washing machine, vacuum cleaner, electric refrigerator, or food mixer, just to mention a few? Well, I know the answer. And I know something else you wouldn't like to give up. That labor-saving floor polish, Johnson self-polishing glow coat. Think of having to go back to old-fashioned scrubbing again to keep your linoleum floors clean.
Yeah.
Yes, housekeeping certainly has been made more pleasant with glow coat to save you work every month and to make your linoleum wear longer, too. Women who aren't now using Johnson's glow coat in their homes are missing a lot. Because glow coat requires no rubbing or buffing. You simply apply and let dry. In 20 minutes, your floor is sparkling and gleaming with a beautiful, long-lasting polish. If you have any friends who don't know Johnson's self-polishing glow coat, you'll be doing them a favor to mention it to them. You know, there's nothing like a handyman about the house, is there? Oh, is there? Well, Fibber would be a handier man if he could keep track of his screwdriver. He thinks it's in his tool chest, so he brought the tool chest up into the living room, which is no place for a tool chest. And here, emptying things out of the tool chest, we find Fibber McGee and Molly.
For goodness sakes, McGee, what have you got there?
A tool chest. You heard what the man said.
Well, did you bring that up out of the basement just to look for a screwdriver?
Yep, too dark in the cellar. The light socket's busted.
Why don't you fix it?
Can't find my screwdriver.
Well, use the blade of your jackknife.
I can't. The point's busted off.
How'd you do that?
Using it as a screwdriver. Now, let's see. Bicycle sprocket. Auto crank. Wood-burning outfit.
What's that book there under the broken alarm clock?
This? Well, that's Helpful Hints on Home Handicraft by Henry Horace Epplewhite. It's great stuff, too.
Is that where you got the information about how to fix my sewing machine?
Yeah, how does it work now?
Oh, fine. Except that the bobbin keeps coming loose and shoots across the room.
Oh.
I nearly got Mrs. Uppington the other day. She was sitting down at the time, too. Which wasn't very sporting of me.
Umbrella handle. Bear trap. Let that bear trap lay there, Molly. We might catch Gildersleeve in it. Oh, hey. Here's that old shotgun I was going to fix the trigger spring on.
Oh.
Come to think of it, I did fix that trigger spring.
Now, isn't that nice? Now you can fix that hole in the ceiling, too. Or make it a little bigger and install a brass pole, then we'd have a nice guest room for visiting fires.
You wouldn't be getting sarcastic, would you?
No. And incidentally, what do you want the screwdriver for?
No, I'm going to fix something, Molly, and I don't want to tell you. I want to surprise you. Who's that? It's Mrs. Uppington. The front bumper of the station wagon set.
The queen of Wistful Vista Society, and wouldn't you love to crown? Come in. Oh, how do you do, Mrs. Uppington?
How do you do, Mrs. McGee? And Mr. McGee?
Hi, Uppy.
I just stepped into... Oh, what have I stepped into?
Well, you stepped into an old camera, Mrs. Uppington. But don't feel badly about it. He never used it anyway.
Oh, I was going to fix that camera when I got time.
What was the matter with it?
Well, when you looked into that ground glass plate, everything was upside down. I got so dad-ratted tired of standing on my head to take pictures that I just...
Really? My, how awkward.
Oh, no, he rather enjoyed it, Mrs. Uppington. He was always a bit of a pixie with the brownies.
Well, you simply must allow me to pay for the damage. I insist on making the loss good.
Oh,
Why? It was no good and it's no loss.
why, Molly? How can you be so mean to Mrs. Uppington? You want her to have this thing on her conscientious? You want her to go through life with the guilty feeling that she's broke up a man's hobby with them big clumsy feet of hers?
McGee! And don't worry about paying for the camera, Mr. W.
Oh, I wouldn't insult Mr. McGee by offering him money.
Huh? Oh.
No. It's just that I feel so badly about interfering with your artistic pursuits.
Oh, well, sure.
So I shall send you over a little box of watercolors that I have had ever since I was a slip of a girl. Well, I must be going now.
Look out! Look out for that bear trap! Are you hurt, Mrs. W?
Why should she be? She ain't caught in it. I am.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. McGee.
Oh, you are not.
Oh, Maggie. And I do hope the watercolors will make up for the loss of your camera. Remember the old poem which I just made up? Little spots of color, little lines of ink. You may think you're an artist, but confidentially, well, goodbye. Do I? Hey, Molly, open this dad-ratted bear trap, will you?
Well, how?
I'll take a screwdriver. Oh, my gosh, no screwdriver. Hey, wait, I can do it. Ah, boy, is that a relief.
Well, how on earth did you get it open,
Oh,
dearie?
just use a little logic and common sense. I says to myself, now keep cool, McGee. Sure, I says. Now, what kind of a trap is this? Well, says I, it's a bear trap.
Yes?
Of course, I says. So what's the logical way to open a bear trap? Why, shucks, I says, with your bare hand.
Oh.
So,
Oh, dear. Well, I'm glad it wasn't a mouse trap. You'd have had to give yourself a Mickey. Now, hurry up and get that junk off of my floor.
Molly, I haven't found a screwdriver yet. I don't want to
Well,
take...
for goodness sakes, run down to the hardware store and buy a
I
screwdriver.
haven't got time to...
Hello, Johnny. Hello, daughter. Going to the auto show?
Oh, I don't think so. Not this year, Mr. Oldtimer.
Why not, daughter?
Well, I tell you, old-timer, they took all the fun out of it. You used to go to auto shows so you could stand on the running boards and watch the salesman show you how easy the clutch and the gear shift work. And now, no gear shift, no clutches, no running board. All they got left is the salesman.
That's pretty good, Johnny. If a trifle exaggerated. But that ain't the way I heard it. The way I heard it, one feller says to t'other feller, say, he says, I see where Fibber McGee and Molly are back on the air. You hear their first two shows? Yep, says t'other feller. Sure are in the groove, ain't they? That's an understatement, says the first feller. That ain't a groove, that's a rut. Well, sorry you ain't going to the auto show. Guess I'll take my gal. She's a streamlined cutie with seal beam headlights and a choice of paint jobs. And neat action. So long, kid. Happy birthday.
Yes, sir. What's the something for you?
Oh, hi, Bud. I want a screwdriver with a black handle. We're in the hardware store now, folks. Rattle some hardware, Bud. Thanks.
How about a screwdriver?
With a black handle.
Why a black handle?
Well, why not?
That's what I say. Get one with a black handle.
Yes, madam. A screwdriver with a black handle. What size?
What you mean, what size? You gotta be fitted for 'em?
Well, we have itty-bitty baby ones for taking watches apart, mama-sized ones for stabbing beer cans open, and great big papa ones for wheel work.
There wasn't much to us on there. Put the tank outside. That was cool.
Look,
Warm up for
Goldilocks.
next week anyway.
I'm a
We'll
medium-sized
tomorrow.
guy looking for a medium-sized screwdriver for a medium-sized job.
Just step this way, please. Mind the wheelbarrow.
Oh, lead me past it, Molly. I don't want to look.
Why not? It's only a common wheelbarrow.
Oh, you know, Molly. My cousin Chamberlain.
What?
You remember what happened to him when he was working on Boulder Dam?
No, I don't.
Well, they found somebody had tampered with the concrete mixture.
Don't tell me they suspected your cousin.
Yes. The minute they seen his feet sticking out of the dam, they knew he was mixed up in it. Him and another guy.
That must have been the foreman. The poor lad told us he was getting in solid with the boss. You can open your eyes now, dearie. We're past the wheelbarrow.
Thanks. Okay, Bud, where's the screwdrivers? And make it snappy, because I want to hurry back.
Hey, hardware man, come over to my house right away.
What's the matter, Mr. Flanagan?
Every time I try to sail my toy boat in the sink, it overflows.
Well, why don't you use the bathtub?
What? You get the coal all wet? Hurry, will you?
Screwdriver, Bud. Remember?
Oh, yes. I'll get it right now.
Hey, get a load of the old guy coming in with a beard and the bifocals, Molly. He looks kind of familiar to me.
Well, he acts kind of familiar, too. He just winked at me.
Oh, he did, eh? Hey, look here, you with the jawgrass. Who do you think you're winking to?
Take it easy, Fibber.
Heavenly days, Harlow Wilcox.
What you doing in a false broccoli, Harlow? Hey, Harlow, are you...
I'm making a survey. Oh, Mr. Hardware Man.
Yes, sir?
My granddaughter sent me in for some floor wax. What's the best kind?
Well, we always recommend Johnson's. Finest polish you can buy for floors, furniture, and woodwork.
You don't say.
Oh, yes, we do. Gives a beautiful, lasting polish and protects all wood surfaces from scratches and stains. Wait a minute, I'll get to it.
That's quite a disguise, Mr. Wilcox.
Gee, thanks, Molly. I modeled it after Mr. Chips, you know, in the movie. Is it okay, Fibber?
Oh, yeah. You look like a well-dunked donut. That's the worst disguise I
There
ever...
you are, sir. Johnson's wax. Not only the best protection for your floors and woodwork, but it will add a great deal of beauty to your home.
Thanks, Johnny. I'll tell my granddaughter what you said about Johnson's wax. And I'll be back after a bit.
Certainly. Anytime, Mr. Wilcox.
What?
You sold me this wax, remember?
Oh, gee whiz, I never thought of that.
Jesus, Mr. Wilcox, what a dumbass.
Now then, what's the something for you, sir?
A screwdriver.
You remember me, Bud? The fellow that wanted to buy a screwdriver with a black handle?
Oh, yes. Now, here's a wonderful screwdriver, 12-inch shaft, patented grip, non-skid tip, and transparent handle.
He wants one with a black handle.
But, madam, the transparent handles don't come in black.
Dad, Braddock, Bud, who wants a transparent handle? All I want is a simple black handle.
Hello there, Skipper. You got a good, strong, comfortable broom?
Why, yes, we have, madam. Here's one, 75 cents special today.
I'll take it.
Where shall I have the broom sent, madam?
Don't send it, Sniffles. I'm buying it for Halloween, and I'm riding it home. One side, everybody. Here I go. Giddy up, sweepstakes. Woohoo!
I beg your pardon, sir. Have you been waited on?
Have I been waiting? Look, Bud, For 10 minutes I've been trying to get you to sell me a screwdriver.
Oh, yes. Here you are. I think this is the type of screwdriver you want, isn't it?
That's it, Bud. How much?
$2.79.
Heavenly days, $2.79.
Oh, now don't go into a tool spin, Bud. That screwdriver ain't worth no $2.79. Why, I could get one across the street at the 5 and dime for 20 cents.
Then why don't you?
Well, they're all out of them.
Well, when we're all out of them, we sell them for a nickel. Good day.
Come on, McGee, maybe we can find one.
Ah, there, good day, my dear.
Oh, hello, Mr. Boomer.
A horrible Halloween to you, false face. Allow me to introduce my little nephew, Cedric Boomer. Cedric, take your hand out of the gentleman's pocket and say hello. Say hello to Mr. and Mrs. McGee.
If you insist, Neon Rose. Hello, Molly Dolly. Greetings to you, Superman.
Ah, little Sir Echo, how do you do?
Hey, is that a real revolver he's playing with?
Oh, heavenly days, do you permit him to have such dangerous toys, Mr. Boomer?
Certainly. Spare the rod and spoil the child, I always say. Put the heater away, Cedric, before I kick your teeth down your little pink epiglottis.
You lay a knuckle on me, Boomtown, and you'll wind up in a Forest Lawn mud pack.
Well said, Cedric. Spirited lad, isn't he? Yes, indeed.
Well, I'm sorry we can't stop for a little more conversation, Mr. Boomer, but we have to go home and hunt for a screwdriver. These people want $2.79 for one.
$2.79? Why, that's an outrage. I'll sell you one for only 37 cents myself. Shortcake. Always carry a few tools with me for one reason and another.
37 cents, eh? Okay, Boomer, it's a deal. Let's see it.
Of course. Now, let me see. Screwdriver. Where I put that screwdriver? Here's a letter from the draft board asking me to report in the morning. Dated October 15th, 1917. Yes, indeed. I should have dropped in some time ago. Postcard from Jefferson City, Mo. Poor old Mo. You should have seen the police report they had on him. Reading time, 20 minutes. Doing time, 20 years. Glass eye with a sentimental gleam. Ah, what's this in my hip pocket? A small grimy hand with arm attached. Oh, it's you, Cedric, my lad. Trying to follow your uncle's fingerprints, eh? Perhaps you know what became of the above-mentioned screwdriver.
Of course. Let me see. Screwdriver. Where did I put that screwdriver? Here's a wad of bubble gum that had a blowout. I must remember to have it vulcanized. Boy Scout knife? What am I carrying that for? I wouldn't knife a Boy Scout. The butt of a chocolate cigar. License plate off a hot tricycle. And a check for a short root beer. Well, imagine that. No screwdriver. But come, Uncle Horatio. You said we were going to meet the mob and case a couple of joints for the Heinz.
Ah, yes, I forgot. Tonight is bank night. Good day, my dear, and good day to you, fish fry.
The King's Men sing Sawing a Woman in Half.
When I was a youngster of 7 or 8, I worshipped a hero, a man truly great. I'd stare open-eyed at this wonderful man as he took his place on the stage and began sawing a woman in half. I'd shiver and shake and I'd laugh. He'd show us a lady, I'm not telling fibs, a lady who had no regard for her ribs. He'd saw the poor girl into fractions and then the orchestra played until we meet again. What a whale of a trick, boy, did I get a kick out of sawing a woman in half. Right through the middle, the saw quickly goes until it had parted her head from her toes. The crowd got excited when she was divided. They stared and they strained every muscle. They said it was magic, but I thought it tragic to sever her hat from her bustle. And I don't mean maybe, if I was that baby, I'd raise up a flock of objections. The act spoiled her chance for a lovely romance. Who'd marry a lady in sections? Sawing a woman in two was never the right thing to do. In decent society there should be a law to keep him from tickling her ribs with a saw. To settle the question I asked for a date, and when she said yes, I hardly could wait. I was nervous, you bet, to see which half I'd get. When he thought that woman did
For goodness sakes, McGee, will you hurry up and find that screwdriver and get this junk out of my living room?
Oh, I'm only halfway through this tool chest, Molly, and I'm finding more stuff. But you see...
What do you want that screwdriver for, anyway?
Oh, I can't tell you. It's going to be a surprise. But I'm going to prove to you that you've been waiting for a long, long time. Come in.
Hi, mister.
Oh, hello there, little girl.
Oh, what you doing? What you?
I'm looking for something.
What?
A screwdriver.
Where?
In this tool chest.
Why?
Because... Oh, listen, quiz kid. Don't bother me with all this driver. I'm trying to find a screwdriver. I mean...
You got a lot of dandy stuff in here, betcha.
Well...
Oh, looky, a new baseball bat. Where'd you buy it?
I didn't buy it. It was a gift.
Who from?
From a man I bought a suit of clothes from last week. And stop bothering me. Trying to locate a screwdriver in this big suit.
Hey, what's in this bottle, mister? Medicine?
Put that back, sis. That's just some lotion I used on my arm the time I got tattooed.
Did you get tattooed, mister? Oh, I see it.
No. I don't want it. It didn't turn out good.
Oh. Come on, mister, please. Let me see your tattoo.
Well, okay. If you don't tell anybody about it. Well, I roll up my sleeve. There. See?
That's a dandy tattoo, I bet
Oh,
you.
I don't think it's right.
Who's it supposed to be?
J.P. Morgan.
Why?
Well, the guy that tattooed me was a little deaf, that's why. I told him I wanted to anchor, and he thought I says a banker. Now, you run along, sis.
Hey, mister.
Now what?
My daddy wants to know if you're going to join the poker game at the club tonight.
You tell your daddy I'll be there. And tell your mother that if your daddy comes home smelling like Energene, it's because McGee took him to the cleaners. I says, tell your old man I'm going to take him for his role.
I bet you won't, I bet you.
Huh?
He says you're an awful bum poker player.
Oh, he does he?
Yes, he does he? He said you always played a full house like you were afraid it was haunted. That's all, mister.
Fresh kid. She can cause more trouble than a bee in a coupe. Now, let's see if I don't get... Oh, Molly, look. Here's that motorcycle engine I've been saving.
What are you saving that for?
Why, Molly. Now, how many guys do you know that could reach in their tool chest and bring up a motorcycle engine if somebody wanted a motorcycle engine all of a sudden?
Well, I could count them on the fingers of a boxing glove, dearie. If that makes you happy. But for goodness sake, give that...
Oh, there, McGee. Hello, Mrs. McGee.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Hi, Gildersleeve. Sit down and make yourself at home. Or no, don't. I've seen how you act at home.
Isn't he a card, Mrs. McGee?
Ah, he's a card, all right. And to think that I drew it.
Sure tossing ringers.
What is all this stuff, McGee?
You mean the stuff in this tool chest? Well, I was looking for...
McGee, if you're thinking of starting a junkyard here, I'll complain to the authorities. This is a residential zone.
Well, is it any of your business?
Yes, it's my business.
Well, what's your business doing in a residential zone?
this bickering the both of you? He's just looking for a screwdriver, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Well, I'll help him look for it. What does it look like, McGee?
Oh, it's about this long with a black handle, and it's got TPG carved on the handle.
TPG, eh? You know what that stands for.
Well, I always thought it meant to take a powerful grip.
It stands for Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve. That's what it stands for. That's my screwdriver.
Oh, here. Now, look, boys, there's no use fighting anymore. I just remembered where I saw that screwdriver.
What? You did? Where?
On the shelf in the hall closet. But be careful.
I'll get it, Mrs. McGee.
You stay where you darn are, Gildersleeve. I'll get it. After all, this is my house.
After all, it's my screwdriver.
Okay. You can have your old screwdriver. I'll go get it.
I'll go with you. I don't trust you out of my sight.
You're so short-sighted, I could still get away with plenty. Where'd you say, Molly, on the shelf in this closet?
Yes, but be careful, dearie, because that shelf is loose and it's...
Yeah, I know. I'll get out of my way, Gildersleeve, while I get that.
Oh, my goodness.
McGee, I warned you about that loose shelf.
I know you did, but I had to get that screwdriver.
What did you want the screwdriver for?
I wanted it to fix that shelf.
Fibber and Molly will be back in just a moment.
I want to make sure that everybody knows about Johnson's wax enamel, the sensational new kind of enamel that has wax mixed right in it. So please listen carefully for half a minute. Wax enamel is different from any enamel you've ever used before because it contains wax. It dries with a finish that is remarkably smooth and satiny. A soft luster so much more beautiful than the harsh glare you often get with ordinary enamel. So, for the same reason, a wax enamel finish is harder to scratch or mar and easier to clean. And wax enamel is easy to use. You brush it on like any other enamel. One coat almost always covers, and a little goes a long way, making wax enamel economical. Your hardware or paint dealer or department store is now showing this newest Johnson product in its many stunning colors. Selected by a prominent interior decorator, you'll find just the color you want for enameling your bookcase, breakfast set, or bathroom walls. Make a point this week to ask your dealer about Johnson's Wax Enamel, the new kind of enamel that contains wax and dries with a smooth, satiny finish.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night, all.
This is Harlow Wilcox, reminding you that when you buy any one of the Johnson Wax products, you get your full money's worth in satisfaction. Be sure to ask your dealer for Johnson's self-polishing glow coat for your linoleum, Johnson's Wax for your floors, furniture, and woodwork, and Johnson's Car New for your car. All these superior products are manufactured by S.C. Johnson & Son Incorporated, Racine, Wisconsin. Well, we hope you'll be with us again next Tuesday night, same time, same station. Good night.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
The Johnson Wax Program. The makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat present Fibber McGee and Molly, Incident 259, written by Don Quinn. Music by the King's Men and Billy Mills Orchestra. The show opens with Our Love Affair. Haven't you often noticed how important floors are to the appearance of a home? It is a fact that mellow, gleaming waxed floors bring out the beauty of everything in the room, adding a rich charm that you can acquire in no other way. Throughout America, there are countless floors that are made more beautiful every year with Johnson's Wax. Every application of this famous floor wax gives increased protection and beauty. Johnson's Wax gets down into the pores of the wood, seals out dirt, protects the finish against scuffing feet and sharp heels. And it does away forever with tiresome floor scrubbing. And besides its use on floors, there are more than 100 extra labor-saving uses in your home for genuine Johnson's Wax. Protects and beautifies furniture and woodwork, windowsills, parchment lampshades, leather goods. You can buy Johnson's wax in the familiar paste or liquid form, or in the new cream wax, especially formulated for easy use on furniture and woodwork. Order some tomorrow. It will probably be news to everybody that Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve keeps a diary. And it'll be bad news to Mr. Gildersleeve that a careless maid has thrown it out on the trash pile. But heaven knows what will happen when he discovers that it was picked up by Fibber McGee and Molly.
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Imagine me, of all people, finding Gildersleeve's diary. We sure got the goods on the old rumble-tumby this time. I bet this is going to be rich reading.
Well, how can you read it? It's got a padlock on it.
Oh, padlocks can be fixed.
Why, that would be just plain burglary.
Whoever got pinched for opening a book.
My Uncle Dennis did. He opened a book at 14th and Oak Street, and the cops raided the joint before the first race was over.
Well, be that as it may or may not be, or not, I'm going to open this diary and read it.
Now, look, McGee, I'm pleading with you. I beg of you, don't pry into Mr. Gildersleeve's diary. It's none of our business, and we have no right to. Would you open it with an uptick?
Hey, that's an idea. Give me an uptick.
We haven't any upticks, but I could run over it. Heavenly days, hide that diary quick. It's Mr. Gildersleeve.
Oh, my gosh. Here, you take it. Oh, no, I'll take it. No, you better take it. No, I'll get in on it. Ooh, darn that padlock.
Calm yourself, calm yourself. Come in.
Oh, there, Mrs. McGee. Hello, Fibber.
Hi, did you... Well, hi, Gildersleeve.
What's the matter with him, Mrs. McGee? What makes him so twitchy?
Well, I'm sure I don't know Mr. Gildersleeve. Something wrong, dearie?
No, whatever it is, I'll get over it. In fact, I got a feeling I'm right over it. I mean, I'm over it right now. Hey, Gildersleeve, you carry any keys with you?
Why, certainly, McGee. I always carry quite a bunch of keys. See?
You got one, a little tiny one, say that would open a briefcase?
Yes, indeed. Here you are. I think this little one will do it.
Ah, what a cute little key. What's it for, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Why, that's the key to my... let's see. What is that key to? That's odd. I don't seem to remember, McGee.
You know, eh?
Ah, you men always carrying keys, not even knowing what they own.
Wait a minute, what are we laughing at?
I don't know.
Search me.
Silly, isn't it? Well, here's the key, McGee.
Thanks, Gildy. I'll return it to you tomorrow.
Don't hurry. What's mine is yours, you know.
Yes, he knows.
By the way, McGee, I almost forgot. Here's the fish for you.
A fish? For me?
Yes, my brother came home with a big mess of trout.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Hope you enjoy it. Cost about $18.
I thought your brother caught me.
He did, and the game warden caught my brother. Well, good day, folks.
Did you get that, Molly? Get the idea? He's trying to bribe me. That's what he's doing.
Bribe you to what?
Not to open this diary.
He doesn't even know you got his diary.
That makes it worse. Trying to bribe me even before he knows what's happened. That settles it. Now I will read it. Give me that little key. There.
You know, dear, this is the shameful thing we're doing, McGee. It's like reading somebody else's name. I'm so ashamed. Well, for goodness sake, what does it say?
Boy, he's sure been keeping this diary a long time. Look, it says Friday, August 19th, 1911. Stayed in bed all day today. Saturday, August the 20th. Stayed in bed all day again today. Sunday, August the 21st. Stayed in bed all day. Monday, August the 22nd. Pants returned from cleaner. There's a note here that says, in future, don't send pants out on Friday, as it makes for a tedious weekend. Hey, Molly, wait a minute. I just thought of something. I'm leaving my fingerprints all over this diary.
Aha, I thought your conscience would finally catch up with you. Now then, are you going to close up that diary and give it back to Mr. Gildersleeve?
What else can I do?
You could wear gloves.
Huh? I never thought of that. Where are my gloves?
In the hall closet.
In here?
Yes, on the shelf there.
Okay, as soon as I put these on. Hey, Molly.
Yes?
Remind me to straighten out this closet tomorrow. Hey, Molly, come here a minute. This is wonderful stuff.
What is
This diary of Gildersleeve's. Here's an item for Friday, October the 23rd, 1929. Hey, that must have been the day the stock market crashed.
What makes you think so?
Well, all Gildersleeve has got down here for that day is, oh, my goodness. Come in.
Hi, mister. What you doing? What's it?
I'm reading, sis.
What you reading?
A diary.
Hmm?
A diary. You know what a diary is?
No, what?
Diary is a sort of a personal fairy tale with yourself as the hero. You keep a diary?
No.
Well, why not?
I don't like fairy tales, I bet you. Gee, I quit reading them years ago.
What you read now, sis?
Oh, John Steinbeck and Eugene O'Neill and Ernest Hemingway and all stuff like that there.
Sis, do you mean to stand there with your little cheeks full of roses and your little tongue full of thorns and tell me you don't like Cinderella or Jack the Giant Killer anymore?
I do.
Well, what on earth is...
Now listen.
Hmm?
What did the fairy godmother ever give Cinderella that Scarlett O'Hara didn't get the hard way? Then you take, for instance, Jack the Giant Killer.
Huh?
Why, he's a cream puff. He'd be a pushover for Superman.
I'll bet there's one fairy tale you still like.
What?
Little Red Riding Hood. All the kiddies like that one.
Not me, mister.
What? You don't like Little Red Riding Hood?
No.
Why, think of that beautiful golden-haired little girl, full of trust and innocence, with a heart full of love and a basket full of groceries. Alone in that secluded cottage with a vicious, cruel, bloodthirsty animal.
Ah, fully.
You mean you don't feel the slightest twinge of sympathy for Little Red Riding Hood facing that terrible fate?
Emotionally, mister, it leaves me undisturbed. And intellectually, I have only the utmost contempt for any little twerp, golden hair or no golden hair, who can't tell her own grandmother from a wolf.
That dreaded kid. Book publishers better get busy on some new children's books. Looks like their Mother Goose is cooked. Let me see now. What did I do with Gildersleeve's diary? Oh, yeah.
I have it right here, dearie. Listen to this item. It says, Dear Diary, I took my first airplane flight today.
Oh.
It was a wonderful sensation, and I predict the day will come when people will travel from coast to coast in an airplane in 10 hours.
Say, that was a pretty smart hunch of Gildersleeve's.
Yeah?
How long will you write that?
Well, let me see. Last Sunday.
Hey, Molly, let me take that diary. I want to see how many women there was in his life.
Well, I've been all through, and there's just one. He married his childhood sweetheart. Isn't that romantic?
It's romantic, but it's awful dull.
Why, it's no such a thing. Mr. Gildersleeve is just a one-woman man.
Yeah, I know. You'd call it faithfulness, and he'd call it love, but I'd call it just plain unpopularity.
Well, now, just remember the old saying I just made up. If you're on the square, you can't be around her.
Yeah, and a guy who keeps his feet firmly on the ground will never kick a field goal either. Come on, let me take that diary. I'd only got to the part where Gildersleeve...
Well, hello, folks. Here's what's doing.
Hello, Mr. Wilcox.
We stumbled across Gildersleeve's diary, Harl. Imagine that big bean bag keeping a diary.
Oh, why not? I keep one.
You do?
Certainly. My diary is simply a record of all the women who have loved me.
Oh, sure.
One of my dearest possessions.
Well, heavenly days, here's a man talk.
Look here now, tall, dark, and mistaken. Don't give me that great lover business. I've known you for a long time, and the only heartburning you caused women was from taking them to cheap restaurants.
Now, wait a minute, short, sharp, and shapeless. I didn't claim to be a great lover. I was referring to the women who love me because of what I've done for them, like bringing Johnson's self-polishing glow coat into their lives. Why, I've been instrumental in giving thousands of women more leisure, more health, and more happiness.
You mean every time a woman looks at the dirty old-fashioned mop, she thinks of you?
Yes. No, I mean, I represent the hours of drudgery saved by using Johnson's glow coat. Why, when I consider that a housewife just has to pour a small amount on the floor, spread it around, let it dry with no rubbing and no buffing, to get a beautiful polished kitchen linoleum in 20 minutes or less, why, it just makes life worth living to me. I go home at night so proud, happy, I pour out my gladness in my diary. It's all so wonderful, so beautiful. Oh, but you wouldn't understand.
I understood him. Well, we just solved the secret of perpetual emotion, Molly. Just talked to Wilcox about glow coat.
Yes, he thinks the capital of the world is Racine, Wisconsin. And is there anyone in our little group who thinks otherwise?
Smart bunch of actors. Where was I in this diary, Molly?
Hello, Peter. Hello, Cupid.
Why, hello, Mr. DePartment.
What's on your mind, Nick?
I was just passing you up when I happened to think about the football game you're going to. How are we going?
Well, we're all going in our car, Mr. DePartment.
Yeah, we'll all chip in for gasoline. Say about $3 $3 apiece.
$3? It was $3 a piece of being famous as it is, about $24.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, which way are we going? By the Burma Road?
Oh, we'll have a wonderful time, Mr. DePartment. You and us and Mrs. Uppington and Mr. Boomer and Mr. Wilcox and Mr. Gildersleeve.
And the old-timer.
Well, that medley is a heterogeneous collection of personalities, isn't it? If I do say so myself, why shouldn't I? I'm one of them.
Why, you're three of them, if the facts were known.
That's pretty good, Cupid, but that ain't the way I hit all-around characters. Say, what is that little volume of a book you have there, Fizzard?
Oh, this happens to be Gildersleeve's personal diary, Nick. Pretty mushy reading, too. That guy drips like a rented bathing suit.
Is that so? Well, I hope for the heavenly sakes of goodness that Mr. Goldensleeve is unaware of the facts that you're reading out of his diary.
Hey, you ain't going to mention this to him, are you, Nick?
Oh, now, Fizzard, are you afraid of this man Goldensleeve?
What do you mean, afraid of him? Why, I can take old Gildersleeve like nobody's business. One swing from me and he'll be hearing music from them heavenly zephyrs.
You mean zippers.
I think he means a heifer.
I do not. A heifer is the guy that dances in vaudeville.
That's a hooper.
Well, then what's a zephyr?
It's a horse with stripes on it.
Nah, that's a zebra.
Got to do with Gildersleeve.
Nothing unless Goldensleeve has got a striped heifer that dances in vaudeville. And if he has, it's too bad because there's no vaudeville. Well, so long. I'll see you later.
The King's Men singing I Dream of Jeannie with the light brown hair.
I dream of Jeannie with the light brown hair, born like a on the summer's hair. I see her tripping where the bright streams play. Happy as a daisy dancing on her way. Now the lovely flowers die and wither on the shore. Now her gentle fingers caress them no more. Oh, I dream of Jeannie with the light brown hair, floating along as a moon on the soft summer air. Many are the lovely notes her merry voice would pour. Many were the songbirds that warbled them o'er and o'er. Oh, I for Jeannie with a light brown hair. Like a zephyr on the soft summer air.
Hey, Molly. Listen,
Here. Put Mr. Gildersleeve's diary away, McGee. It's Mrs. Uppington.
not Mrs. Abigail Lovington.
In the flesh. In the powdered, painted, and well-girdled flesh.
Not so loud. The old moose will hear you. Come in, Abigail.
How do you do, my dear?
Hello, Mrs. Uppington.
And Mr. McGee?
Hi, Uppity. Say, that's a pretty weird pair of riding breeches you got on there.
Please, Mr. McGee. These are Joshua.
Oh,
Well, I hope they fit him better than they do you, Abigail. But won't you sit down, dearie?
No, thank you. I've been riding for 3 hours in the park, and no, thank you.
Oh, I know how it is, Uppy. I used to own a great little saddle horse myself. Very high-spirited, too. Should have seen him roll his eye.
No, that wasn't high spirit.
Huh?
He was just trying to see if he was still pulling a streetcar. You have your own personal horse, haven't you, Mrs. Uppington?
Well, yes, my dear. Oh, he's so sweet, really. And so very strange. Yet he's a high school horse.
You don't say. I heard a few whinnies at the commencement exercises, but I thought it was the principal.
Oh, my. I think love life. When I'm prancing through the park, all my cares take way. I see the tree of a bird.
Yeah, but you can't fool a horse, Uppy. He knows there's more than a handful of feathers in that saddle. Ouch, that's better to sat on that padlock again.
Padlock?
Yes, this padlock's on a book, Mrs. Uppington. Don't say anything, but you come across Mr. Gildersleeve's diary. It gives his personal history from way back. See, here it is.
What? And Mr. Gildersleeve's own diary? Oh, let me see it.
Hey, come on, Mr. Uppington. Stop it. McGee, have it here.
That's better, Uppy. Let go of that book. Ah, that's better. Hey, what's this diary to you, Uppy?
What is it to me? Well, if you come across any entry dated June 21st, 1912, about Throckmorton taking a canoe ride with a certain young brunette.
But you're a blonde, Uppy.
Not in 1912. Oh, my, what did I say?
McGee, I'll let you run right over and tell Mr. Gildersleeve we've got his diary.
What, you mean she ain't discreet?
Discreet. That woman whispers like a calf at a petticoat.
I'll tell you what I'd better do, Molly. I'd better run.
Are you in there, McGee?
Oh, dear. Here it comes, dearie. Better roll up your sleeves.
Oh, my.
I said your sleeves, not your trousers.
How can I climb a tree with my pants catching on everything?
How do you do, Mr. Good day, Fibber. It's a lovely day, isn't it?
Yes, it is, Rocky, old pup. He miss you today. How's everything with you?
Don't you how's everything with me, McGee. Where's my diary?
Diary?
Diary? Well, let me tell you what happened, Gil. You see,
I don't care what happened. All I know is that by hook or crook you took my book.
Why didn't you write poetry like that in your diary, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Never mind my diary.
yes, never mind your diary, Molly. And I don't mind saying I'm glad to get off the subject. How about this Notre Dame football game, Gildersleeve?
Don't you try to change the subject, McGee. I'm going to thrash you within an inch of your life.
No. You leave him alone, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Oh, I ain't scared of him, Molly. Here, take your old diary, Gildersleeve. And you know what?
What?
On page 713, under March 12, 1919, you spelled hangover with 2 G's.
That's enough, McGee. Take off your glasses.
He doesn't wear glasses.
I do, too. Look.
Well, where on earth did you dig those up?
Take them off, McGee. Why, you little book napper, I'm going to hammer you into a meat pie and cover you with your own crust.
You'll get tried. I'll give you one punch in that paw, and you won't wake up till the squalls come back from San Stefano.
You're a hard man, McGee. I'm going to soften you up right now. Come on, put up your dukes. Here I come.
Okay, McGee.
I'll get my money.
Boy, stop that noise. Can't you see I'm talking on the telephone?
Oh, excuse me, Molly.
Sorry, Mr. McGee.
Have a care, Gildersleeve. You'll be doing it.
Very well.
Have a cigar?
Thanks, I have one.
You got 2? Thanks.
Hello? Hello? Oh, yes, it is. No, the diary belongs to a next-door neighbor, Mr. Gildersleeve. No, a Throckmorton G. Gildersleeve. What? Well, just a minute, he's right here. What's the C stand for, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Philharmonic. My father played the oboe in Philadelphia. But who wants to know?
No, it's Throckmorton Philharmonic, Gildersleeve. No, I think the diary's the only thing he's written.
Hey, what's the idea?
What? Yes, we knew it had great literary merit the minute we got hold of it. Yes, indeed. No. Oh, no, I'm sure he wouldn't sell the rights to it.
Here, wait a minute. By George, I don't know whether I
Pipe
will.
down, Gildersleeve. You don't know what this is all about. Either.
Yes? Well, I'll inquire, but I don't think $10,000 in royalties would interest you.
Hey, $10,000?
All right, y'all don't miss me. Goodbye. All right, indeed. Give the big crybaby his diary and let him go home.
Here, Gildersleeve.
Hey, now wait a minute, folks. $10,000. Maybe I was a bit hasty. What about this about a publisher wanting my diary?
Oh, what difference does it make? No publisher would touch the thing anyway in its present form, and it would cost $25 to make carbon copies of it.
Oh, I'll gladly pay that. Here's $30. You do what you can to promote it for me, and I'll give you a generous slice of the profits. Is it a deal?
Well, I don't know after the way you act.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, Mr. McGee. I really am. I was a bounder. Gildersleeve, you're a cad. I'm going to leave my diary here, folks. Now I'll go and leave you to your work. I don't know how to thank you. Oh, good day.
Wait, give me that $30 and get to that.
What for? Where are we going?
Down to the telephone company and pay our bill. Our phone's been shut off for 2 days.
In there? Oh, sure.
Fibber and Molly will be back in just a moment. In the meantime, let me suggest that right now is a good time to protect your linoleum floors with Johnson's self-polishing Glow Coat. Bad weather days are ahead. You know how hard it is to keep the children and delivery boys from tracking across the kitchen floors with wet, soggy feet. But if these floors are protected with Johnson's Glow Coat, you won't have to worry because the damp cloth will quickly make them clean and sparkling again. Glow Coat brings out the beauty of linoleum, keeps its colors fresh and clear. Many users tell us that Glow Coat actually makes their linoleum last 6 times longer than if it were unprotected. And of course, one of Glow Coat's principal advantages is that it's such a wonderful labor saver. It requires absolutely no rubbing or buffing, you know. You simply apply and let dry. And in 20 minutes, you have a floor to be proud of. If you don't already have Johnson's self-polishing glow coat on hand, buy some from your dealer.
Folks, next week we're taking the whole gang to the Notre Dame West Point football game in our car.
Oh, McGee, wait a minute.
Huh?
What are you going to do about those 2 flat tires?
Buffington and Gildersleeve? Oh, just throw them in the rumble seat and ignore them.
Oh.
Good night.
Good night, all.
When you buy any one of the Johnson Wax products, you get your full money's worth in satisfaction. Be sure to ask your dealer for Johnson's self-polishing glow coat for your linoleum, Johnson's Wax for your floors, furniture, and woodwork, and Johnson's Car New for your car. All these superior products are manufactured by S.C. Johnson & Son Incorporated, Racine, Wisconsin. We hope you'll be with us again next Tuesday night, same time, same station. This is Harlow Wilcox bidding you all good night.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
The Johnson Wax Program. Makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat present Fibber McGee and Molly, Incident 260, written by Don Quinn, music by the King's Men and Billy Mills Orchestra. The show opens with The Sun Will Be Up in the Morning. How many of you can remember when Saturday used to be floor scrubbing day in your mother's kitchen? Perhaps you can still remember her calling out, "Don't go in the kitchen, I've just scrubbed the floor." And then there were those newspapers spread all around to protect the linoleum while it was drying. Of course, we know now that wasn't really protection, and that continually scrubbing the linoleum was actually ruining it. First, the colors would fade, then the linoleum would develop cracks and bumps, until finally it had to be replaced. Think of how glad your mother or grandmother would have been to have Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat. The no rubbing floor polish that saves so much work, makes linoleum so beautiful, makes it last so long. Glow Coat is a time and labor saver, and a money saver, too. With Glow Coat protecting your linoleum floors, your kitchen is easier to keep clean, and the colors are fresh and bright. If you aren't already using Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat, try some tomorrow. Yes, the gang's all here, all ready to pile into Fibber's car for a merry fetch to see the Notre Dame West Point football game. And in the McGee jalopy, it's a good trek if they do it. Here's Mrs. Uppington, Horatio K. Boomer, Mr. Gildersleeve, the old-timer, Billy Mills, Nick DePopoulos, yours truly, and Fibber McGee and Molly.
Okay, everybody, I guess we're all set. Everybody here, Molly?
Well, I think so, McGee. Will you please sit in the back seat, Mrs. Upton?
Oh, yes, my dear. And I suppose as there are so many of us, I shall sit on someone's lap.
I guess you better at that, Uppy. Sit on Gildersleeve's lap. Oh, no, don't. He ain't got any lap.
Now, look here, McGee.
She can sit on Billy Mills' lap. Can't she, Mr. Mills?
Why, sure she can. And I'm glad it isn't going to rain today. How do you know it ain't going to rain, Mr. Mills? I just had my pants pressed. Well, I knew it would either rain or something, and this is something. Come on, Snooky.
Well, now let's see. Where's Harlow Wilcox?
Here I am, Molly. But don't you think before we start, I'd better touch up the car a little
Put
with
that can of car new away and get in, Wilcox.
Johnson's car new. As long as we're mentioning it, we might as well go all the way. Move over, Billy.
Mr. DePopulis, now you sit next to Mr. Wilcox.
Sure, Snoopy. Have you got room in the back seat for this big chunk of ice? Ice? What'd you bring ice for, Nick? Oh, soft drink? No, Fisher. But if it gets hot riding, the resonator is liable to boil over. If it's that hot, the ice will melt and it'll be water for the resonator. You got it?
Well, why bring ice? Why didn't you just bring some water?
I tried it that, Snoopy, but I couldn't carry it with these ice pumps. Well, climb in, Nick.
We'll have to double up, Metropolis. Do I sit on your lap, or do you sit on mine?
Let's get a pint for it, Gordon, please. Have you got a $50?
Why, yes I have.
Good. Give it to me and you can sit on my lap.
Hey, where's the old-timer, McGee?
I don't know. He was here a minute ago. Hey, old timer.
Here I am, Johnny.
Where?
Back here in the luggage compartment.
Well, heavenly days. Is there room for you in there?
Nope. I didn't realize that till I got in, Johnny.
Well, if it's too uncomfortable, old timer, let a little air out of that spare tire and use it for a cushion.
I've been trying to, Johnny. This jackknife of mine seems to be too dark. That's better.
Well, I guess we're all set, dearie. Have you got the road map?
Road map?
Yes, the road map.
Road map.
You know, those big pieces of paper that show you the best roads to take, which always happen to be the roads with the most filling stations of the company that puts out the map.
Oh, my gosh, the road map. Oh, I'm glad you mentioned them. I left them in the house. I'll be back in just a few minutes, folks. Yeah, I think I left them in the hall closet here. Hey, Molly.
Yes?
Remind me to straighten up that hall closet when we get home.
All right, dearie. And Mr. Boomer wants to know where he's going to sit.
I'll get in the back with the rest, will you, Boomer?
Why should I be the exception, Windstar?
Oh, come. Let us be going, Miss McGee. Oh, I'm so impatient to get started. Oh, William. Was that you kissing me on the back of the neck, you dear boy?
No, baby, that was my Notre Dame pennant.
Well, if everybody's all set... Oh, wait a minute, McGee. We're awfully crowded back here. Can't one of us sit up in front?
You stay where you darn are, Gildersleeve. Don't forget, me and Molly have got the lunch basket and the road maps up here.
Besides, this car was built before they made front seats for 3 people.
This car was built before there were 3 people.
Quit crabbing, Gildersleeve. Okay, Molly, hop in.
Okay. Well, here we go. Hang on to your hats, everybody. Okay. It's going to be fun.
Oil must be a little thick.
Well, that's much the best way to go to a football game, I'm thinking.
That's the dad's better thing. Hey, Molly, did you clean them spark plugs yesterday like I told you?
Yes, dearie. And they scratched up my washing machine, something terrible, too.
Oh. Boy.
Oh, am I too heavy on your lap, William, dear?
No, baby. Did you ever play any football?
Oh, you silly boy, of course not. Where do you ask?
I was going to ask you to shift your backfield a little. That's better. Choke it a little, will you, Molly?
With pleasure, and it's much too good for us.
Ain't this a panic, folks? It won't start.
Why, it's excruciating, McGee. That noise reminds me of my Uncle Dennis. He used to grind his teeth just like that in his sleep.
I know. He never got started either. Oh, well, I'll be...
Hi, everybody. What you doing, mister? What's it?
I'm trying to get this dad-ratted car started, if you must know. We're going to a football game.
Oh, gee, don't get upset about it, mister. Remember what Mr. Shatner said to Mr. Mark.
Well, what did Mr. Shatner say to Mr. Mark?
He said, let's not take this to heart.
Oh. Now, look, Sissy, I got trouble enough without you coming along.
You sure got a lot of people in your car, mister. How can it hold so many pedestrians?
You mean passengers. Pedestrians are people who walk.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Now, you keep quiet, Sis. My impatience is just about exhausted. Hey, any of you fellas like to get out and give me a little push?
They look like they'd all like to give you a push, mister, right off a tall building.
Ungrateful mugs. Here I use my car to take them away off to the football game, and what do I get?
Hey, mister.
Sis, if you don't quit bothering me...
Okay, mister.
Doggone it, Sis. How can I get this car started if I have to sit here and listen to your childish gabble?
Much easier, I bet.
Well, Huh?
If you listen to me, you can start up much easier.
What do you mean?
Well, gee, looky now. Excuse me for leaning in front of you like this. Now try it, mister.
Oh, shucks, Sis. You can't... Hey! Hey, it's going! Hey, what'd you do?
I just turned on the ignition.
Much obliged, Sis.
Oh, that's okay, mister. We all make mistakes. But gee whiz, I never saw so many people making the same mistake at once. So long, mister.
Hey, Boom, are you keeping an eye out for the motor cop?
Certainly am, Fruit Fly, certainly am. As a further precaution, I am sprinkling tracks on the road as we go along.
Oh, how utterly thoughtful of you, Mr. Boomer, to bring Tex with you.
I didn't bring them, fat, forty, and unfair to Union Beauty Parlor. I'm taking them out of the upholstery.
Hey.
And I'm afraid it's no use.
Why, Mr. Boomer?
The gentleman you expecting is here now.
All right, pull over to the side.
Shall I chip him off a few pieces of the old Blarney Stone, McGee?
I'll handle it. Now, look, officer, we may have been going a little too fast, but we're on our way to the Notre Dame Army football game. And I think it's everybody's duty to support the Army these days, don't you? Because with the situation the way...
Oh, keep quiet.
Huh?
We're only going 22 miles an hour.
What? Go on, we haven't been out an hour yet.
I'm not arresting you for speeding.
Huh? You ain't?
No, I just, well, there was a girl in the back seat of this car who was waving her handkerchief at me, and well, this is a pretty lonesome job, and
Oh, officer, you look so noble and handsome sitting there on your motorcycle, and I simply couldn't resist the temptation. It was I who waved.
Oh, was it? Yeah. Well, I'm sorry to have stopped you folks. You know how it is. These dark goggles of mine, they make everything kind of funny.
Take the goggles off, Bud, and see how funny the old moose really looks.
Well, now the talk's been cleared up, my young haunter of the highways. Let us be on our way. Let us not dally, Jilly.
Hey, just a minute, Hugh. What's your name?
Why, officer, that's Mr. Horatio.
Ixnay, I can pray all he may.